hello, everybody. Wake me up when... so I'm not even gonna finish that. I was gonna say wake me up when September
Wake
ends.
me up.
What was I gonna say? Hello. Announcements. Probably gonna bring back the Halloween one-shot this year. We were kind of talking last week, and someone was like, "Oh, we got onto the topic of like Beetleborgs and Power Rangers."
Yeah.
And then like, oh, maybe we did like a Beetleborgs. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
I just want to play something different because
I
there's
think Sam's really passionate about Beetleborgs.
I
love Beetleborgs.
Beetleborgs is
I need
great.
to rewatch.
Big,
Actually, no, I don't.
Bad Beetle. Or we could do Street Sharks. I have a
Good.
I have a Street Sharks VHS tape right behind me.
I was a
Anyways.
full adult when I realized that Street Sharks was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ripoff.
Oh, of course. Probably bringing back the Halloween one shot this year because I want to spice things up and not just play D&D, because burnout's a thing, and if you run campaigns, all the time, and prep things all the time, kind of get burnt out. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll just play with a Ouija board all together.
When I was in high school, I knew a bunch of people who liked to go and play with a Ouija board, and they would take it to the coroner's office.
Excellent.
So I'm like, people don't die there. Like, what? What's the
Good place to
what do you
do it
think?
though.
Yeah, and so they would go outside the coroner's office, like the sidewalk next to the coroner's office.
Perfect.
And one time they were like leaving a party to go, like a cast party for a play from high school, to go and like mess with the Ouija board outside the coroner's office. It's like, hey, actually, can you ask? I'm not going to come with, but can you ask a question for me? And they're like, yeah, sure. What? And I just go, can you just ask it who you gonna call? And then the one I was asking was like, yeah, sure, we can. And then the other was like, no, we're not doing that.
Should have.
Right.
Stay tuned for that. We might do something fun for the spooky season, because it's the spooky season. Kate, do you got anything?
I got a Redbubble shop with some cool, funky stickers in it. Go check it out. Also, an Etsy shop at Bad Dice Co. on Etsy. Finger guns.
Finger guns, shit. Sam, is there anything at all you'd like to say to the people?
I mean,
Anything at all?
don't hold your breath on Sundays is what I'll say. There's not even anything official to say in the no direction. I'm gonna message that group right now. Just be like,
Get your shit together, group.
no, less that and more hey. So
Hey, what's happening?
Lex, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, what about you, Lex?
Hey. That's it.
Okay, cool.
That's the end.
Hey.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, I'm going to Ren Fair in November, so that'll be fun. I have a
Nice.
whole outfit, and I'm definitely gonna
Yeah.
probably wear it on stream.
in
November?
That's fun.
I'm
Yeah.
so
Oh.
jealous. Mine's in like March or April, so it's always
Yeah.
hot.
Oh yeah, no. We learned here in the South that we don't do Ren Fairs in any
You don't do
season that can
outdoor
be
activities.
hot.
In
I'm
But it's gonna be
jealous.
nice in autumn, and it's like in a really nice location. So I'm
Cloaks,
super excited
cloaks
for
are
it.
an option. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's so
Yeah.
good.
I have this bad habit of telling people when they tell me stories as a joke. People I'm close with at work, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm doing this and this." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care." And I definitely almost just said that about going to a red fair.
I would have been like,
But then I'm like, "Oh yeah, they're not in on the joke." It's fine. Red fairs are cool though. Just eat
Yeah.
just
My
eat
first
turkey
one.
legs. Have orgies, turkey legs. And speaking of turkey legs, last we left off, the funky casuals, that's you all, fought a group of shadows within the ziggurat, and the shadows seemed to resemble Antyr, but like different funny versions of Antyr. Okay, now I have to rearrange my windows.
So Big Bad Beetleborgs was a TV show back in the 90s, and it was a knockoff Power Rangers.
And it was better than Power Rangers.
I mean, I recently learned that Power Rangers is a non-union show.
It is.
And the reason it's non-union is because since they switch actors like every season or two, there's never enough time for the actors to like get any sort of bargaining power. Because the second they try to collectively bargain, they're just like, "We're swapping you next season." You think the fans of Power Rangers are gonna care if we switch actors mid-season?
And
No, you're out.
Speaking of bargaining power, the shadows were defeated.
I
Yay.
was stalling for you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It seemed like the armor and weapons that were scattered about this room resembled the armor and weapons in use by the party. Yeah, get fucked. You moved on, exploring the rest of the ziggurat, which involved discovering a room with a heavy unholy presence tied to some urns. Wonder what that was. As well as finding a mural that seemed to depict a vampiric Antyr leading an army of vampires, some of which resembled every member of the party aside from Vonkar, in a battle against some lamias and humanoids in painful-looking barbed armor. You proceeded forward at the urging of Antyr, because, this place is weird, and it all seemed to be tied to Antyr in some way, and found yourselves in a corridor filled with vertical glass coffins and alcoves, and in each glass coffin was another variant of Antyr. Some of these bodies were dated 3 years ago, all the way to thousands of years ago. Pressing forward, Antyr closed their eyes using Torger as support, and you all exited into a corridor. What? Yep. Jeez. Into a large open chamber where a massive beating heart was suspended from the wall with a large shadowy figure inside. Oh man. Found a notebook from a group of adventurers who had... This is the first dungeon of the campaign, so there's a lot. A notebook was found from a group of adventurers who had come to the ziggurat previously.
I missed
You
the
did.
first dungeon
Yeah,
crawl.
you did.
I was waiting for
I
it.
know.
Damn it!
Rough. Just don't have a personal life. Who had come to this very
Yeah,
ziggurat
Garrett.
to seek the elf who had mastered time and the secrets of immortality. The adventurers mentioned they had broken through the mythal, protecting the continent when it was hidden and banished after Armathan ascended, meaning people were still roaming around on this continent when it was frozen in time. That's fun. These people had been here about 200 or so years ago, and mentioned that they thought seeing the same elf in various glass coffins was disturbing. And also this group had been seemingly killed after they messed with the Big Heart. Deciding to not mess with the Big Heart, you all pushed forward and found yourselves in a chamber of an elf named Zerion Talons, who is imprisoned within a powerful circle of magic. They seemed to match the appearance of Antyr depicted in the mural, but this elf had no flesh on their face, just a smooth-looking skull with fangs. The elf stirred to life, sniffed everybody, kind of gave everybody cryptic sayings to each of you, which was fun. Everyone loves a good cryptic phrase. The phrase aimed towards Leek seemed to cause Leek to retreat into his own mind. The phrases were things like, always drink your Ovaltine, and stuff like that. I'll recap what they were when I find my notes. Zerion revealed the location of the stained glass sword from Hopper's vision, mentioning it was in the depths of the Drowned Maiden Reef, and that a man had come to the ziggurat a few days prior seeking to open a doorway near the convergence point of these ley lines. Zerion revealed this figure to be Castigar, the man who built the Orbis Ancora you all discovered in the jungle of spores that had sucked the little chunk of the Feywild into the material plane. Castigar had also made their way to Drowned Maiden Reef.
The Castigar?
The Castigar.
The Castigar, the architect of
Yeah.
Sorrow Doom?
Absolutely. Antyr asked what needed to be done, with Zerion explaining that maybe this Antyr would succeed where the others had failed. Explaining that all they needed to do was place a piece of the obelisk, words written in their hand, and their astral cord on the altar. The obelisk would then function as doorways to an ancient time if used by Antyr to find answers on the grand restoration, as it was coming and it was inevitable. Explaining that the Ley Guardians know this and have been preparing by sending vast amounts of Rockethadium to the capital cities of the world. As little old Antyr placed these objects on the altar, it caused Zerion to vanish, his remains to crumble, and something large approached from the previous chamber, This hulking form resembled a twisted Antyr, but was big, muscular, covered in screaming faces, but was defeated due to some tricks with portals. And as it was defeated, the ziggurat begins to fall apart and rapidly begins to flood, as those who were knocked unconscious are restored, looking real rough. And yeah, just pieces of the ceiling and the walls are crumbling down, and water is just flooding in from the lake outside. And then, yeah, so you've got about 20 minutes, it seems, before this place is entirely underwater. Based on the depth, the force of the water that is rushing in would be devastating and not end well for anyone who's still down here when that happens. And yeah, more and more sections of the wall and ceiling are cracking and flying out from the force of water behind them. It took you about an hour to get to this point in the ziggurat at a normal pace.
Okay.
Do the bends exist in D&D?
Absolutely.
Ah,
And what's up, Garrett? You raised your hand.
we
a
have
little bit.
magical adventurer lungs.
Maybe this happened last time that I was here.
Yeah.
But how did we resolve the gills and not being able to breathe air? Are we still underwater? Are we not? I don't think
Leek
we
was-
were. I watched the last
dispelled it.
session, but I.
You're not
okay.
underwater now. Leek has
Okay.
dispel magic, so you all could breathe air. But the
Okay,
ziggurat is in the process of flooding, and you guys did buy potions of water breathing.
Yeah.
But yeah, not enough people added them to their character sheets, so I didn't do that because not my job.
Mine.
I added it.
I know, but there's some missing.
Oh no.
Add your water.
The cryptic phrases that were spoken, Antyr, you were said to you was Antyr Xiloscient, the one who fears time's passing from a timeless realm. It's also in the quest journal notes. I added those there.
Oh, great.
Who fears time's passing from a timeless realm? You are known to me. Doe was the assassin with absent memories. That's fun. Grin, the one born from Jesus Christ. The one born from chaos, turned scapegoat by higher powers. Hopper, the would-be knight fueled by vengeance, separated from their family. Leek, the false child wearing false skin. Torger, the last to escape the dark influence. And Vonkar, the old man who walks with curses, doomed to anguish.
Yeah,
Antyr,
old man.
Antyr, I don't think the other version of you know what the word scapegoat means.
What do you mean?
Still,
We should probably leave.
Still
I'm a
rapidly flooding.
scapegoat.
Just,
Yeah. Anyway, I was like outside of the.
yeah.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Alright. So everybody's just running to get out?
Yeah.
Alright, let's see
Yeah,
if
what
you
else?
let's see if
Back
you'll
the way
Is there
we
any-
came in.
I wasn't here last time. Did we loot the bad guys when we beat them?
We don't have time to.
and also there was really any bad guys to loot
Yeah.
in here.
We did loot the coffins in one of the rooms we
Yeah,
came across.
everybody got money.
Okay. Good job, guys.
Mhm.
Money and spell scrolls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to scoot. We got to do a loot scoot.
Okay.
Scoot and loot.
So you run
Loot
out
scoot
of
boogie.
so you
Loot
run
scoot and boogie.
you race out of this chamber, get into the chamber where the heart is. The heart has basically split open, and all the fluid inside is spilled out, meaning the thing you all thought had come out of that heart. Yeah, you race through there pretty quickly. It's fine. To make this more exciting,
I don't like the sound of that.
we're just gonna do a group run check, group fly check, just to make it a quick little. Not so we're not tracking like
Uh-huh.
movement speeds the entire time. So this is gonna be
Okay.
group athletics.
Ooh.
Okay.
If we need to, Torger will scoop Antyr to help fly since I've got those wing boots on.
Okay, cool. So
Need help.
group athletics. Answer. You don't even need to roll. You're being carried out.
Like the delicate angel I am.
Absolutely. Doe has it. No, Doe has advantage if it's with their tongue.
So that's a
I
that's
mean,
acrobatics. You said.
Athletics.
Athletics.
Okay.
Natural 20 for Doe.
It's a flirty 20 for Torger.
Okay.
Also, as I'm scooping Antyr, I want to whisper in their ear. I just beat you in a fight. You owe me a tattoo. And keep,
Oh
keep
my
run
God.
flying.
Okay.
There's a loud eye roll from Antyr
All right.
as
Natural
they accept the embrace. 'Cause they do not want to run.
Okay. Grin, what'd you get for your athletics? Oh, okay.
3.
Oh
fine.
no!
We got a natural 20. That's 2 successes in a group check.
Yeah.
We got a
Yeah.
14 plus 3. That's a 17. Hopper, athletics check.
2.
Oh no.
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
Ugh.
Fighter? As a fighter?
Yeah.
I'm a dex fighter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Question, Justin.
Yes, Sam.
Is just like remembering the time in
Yeah.
that like the amount of distance we traveled. Is this running in the time frame of like a minute?
I mean, it took you an hour to get here walking, so probably there's a lot of running involved.
So more than a minute.
Oh, absolutely.
Gotcha. Okay, I didn't know.
At
I was gonna
least
check.
5 minutes.
I was gonna
How
check to see
big?
if Giants Might would be
Oh.
would because that only lasts for a minute. So
Yeah.
that's tiny. So no advantage then. I suppose.
Okay, cool.
I'm
Whoa.
forgive me if I'm being too presumptive. but
Yeah.
It feels like we're heading into a skill challenge.
I guess we'll
Like
find out.
we're within a skill challenge.
14? What about,
Yep.
We're in it, baby.
what'd you
Yeah.
get, Torger?
Oh, I got a flirty 20.
Flirty 20. Okay. That's more than half the group succeeding.
Oh, good.
Good. Yay.
However, with that 2 and that 3,
We getting wet, baby.
no. Pieces of the ceiling and rock of the ceiling and walls, they're getting like jettisoned off from the force of the lake coming in. I need the pair of you to make dex saves. Just you two.
Okay. I can do a dex save. I can't do athletics.
You can.
7.
Oh.
9.
Okay. Okay. The pair of you take 9 bludgeoning damage each as a piece of like rock and ceiling just jettisons out and smacks into you while you're getting out of here.
Ouch.
Ow.
Can I re-up some temp HP for your folks?
While you're running, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
So everybody gets
slowest?
everybody gets 10. We got like
Oh.
Leek's at
it's a D-
7, Doe's at 9 hit points. Fight went interesting.
Yikes.
It's a roll. I roll for hit
Yep.
points.
Roll for these temp HP. This is temp
Is it-
HP, right?
Yes. Temp
Yeah.
HP D8 plus 4. That is 11.
So everybody has 11 temp HP. So if you're sitting at 10, you're no longer sitting at 10. You're sitting at 11 or whatnot.
Wait. Everyone?
Yeah,
Everyone
everyone
with a 10
do-
Everyone's
HP.
close enough. Yeah.
or his little doogie.
Was 11 you said?
That's
11.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. What ability is that? That's amazing.
Artificer Artillerist ability. You can summon a special 3 different kinds of cannons. And you can, as a bonus action, trigger the cannon.
Yeah. It's easily the best of the 3 subclasses. But yeah,
That's awesome.
you all start sprinting out. You get to the halfway point of the ziggurat, which is going to be into the. This is going to be running past the mural. Running past the mural now, where you see Vampire Antyr, and that mural's like cracking and water squirting out. I need everybody to make another round of a group athletics check, please.
I'm gonna use a different die this time.
Antyr,
That's
you
not
don't.
much better.
Antyr doesn't get to roll at all. Antyr, you're just. You know.
Flying.
No.
I'm
Alright.
flying.
Doe got a 5.
I'm flying Antyr.
Doe
I'm
got a
carrying Antyr.
5.
I'm being flown.
Okay.
I don't run
Hopper.
on my own feet.
Hopper, what'd you get?
8 for athletics.
8.
8.
Okay.
That's in 4 times
8.
2.
Doe got a 5.
Oh no.
Grin, what'd you get?
15.
15. So that's 2 fails. There's 7 characters, so I need 4 successes then. Okay. Or 4 failures or 4 successes, whichever comes first. Cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Boom, boom, boom. Vonkar.
17. Not very good.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Torger.
Success.
I got
Terrible.
15, so it's a success.
There.
19.
I have a plus
19.
10.
Okay.
Oh.
Doe and Hopper need to make dex saves.
Yep. Okay, there we go. Natural 19 plus 4.
You said save or check?
For this is just Doe and Hopper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doe
Uh,
4 plus 7. Nice. And Hopper, you got
I got a 23.
All right, you both dodge pieces of the mural that come flying up from the force of the water. All right. Just racing through this place as it begins to flood and collapse. Luckily, Torger knocked when you got to the lattice gate, causing it to open and not needing to be forced open, which would have been an issue coming back when this place started to flood. But now you get to where the entrance was, where you had to swim into it from the lake. So this is going underwater and into the lake now. But as this place is collapsing, you can see the water is no longer like dark and murky. It's like a clear lake.
Oh.
But
the influence.
now this is the swim to the surface of the lake, which is about 1,500 feet down. So you're currently 1,500 feet down still.
Whoa.
It's a funky. Pull out the funky.
Yeah, I'm
For
gonna
what?
I'm gonna dump a potion.
Okay, you're drinking a potion of water breathing?
Yeah,
Drink your
because
potions.
what? Yeah, because we only have, how many do we have? We have a
We
set
have one
number.
for each, right?
Do we?
Yeah.
We got 6, right?
Except
At least?
Leek.
Leek
can
doesn't
get
have
one because
one.
Leek can.
Yeah, he doesn't need one.
Leek
though.
doesn't need one.
Leek's
He's
amphibious.
Leek's amphibious.
Yeah, then I'm gonna dump a
yeah.
potion.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink one as well.
Okay, I will
Um,
drink my potion.
But Leek will turn into an animal, so he doesn't have to. So doesn't have to hold his breath though. Oh wait, he might not have any wild shapes left.
No.
Oh, he's good. Yeah. Cool. So you're all just drinking potions of water breathing real quick?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you'll have water breathing cast on you then, through the effects of the potion.
Make use of them. This
Yep.
is the time.
Yeah.
Leek's gonna wild shape into a giant octopus. Can you do that one? Because that would be fun. Nah.
How long did it take us to swim down here? We do have to make a pit stop though
He just a quiver.
1 hour.
Like,
at the front because we need to get some more
God,
because we
what was
only
the-
got like 6.
because the water was
Oh,
cold.
no, we-
The water was cold, and it was making you guys make con saves
We got
every
all of them.
minute. Yeah, it's like
'Cause we had to use
it's
some,
It's
remember?
with
Oh,
Leek,
I don't remember.
with
that.
Leek pulling
Oh,
you
okay.
all down. It was like 8 minutes to get
Okay.
down.
Okay, so we have
But
time.
we do need to pick a pit stop at the
Hold on.
front because we use some to rub them on people to
You have-
do the necrotic damage.
Well, the water doesn't look the same anymore. It looks clear, like it's cleared up.
Right, but we don't have the fronds to give to the dude
Yeah, you do.
in payment for. Oh, do we?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're
Yeah, we
stashed,
don't-
they're
we have-
stashed away.
I just was like, I remember we used some.
Yeah,
so
they're
I wasn't sure
harvested.
if
They're
that,
harvested.
like-
You got
okay.
enough.
Okay.
You have.
Yeah, because I
Cool, cool, cool.
He needed 10
11
pounds. You have
pounds.
11. Yeah, there's 1 pound extra that
Yes.
that
Got it.
Antyr wanted for something.
Yes. Okay. I
Perfect.
just wasn't sure. 'Cause
Yep.
I know we
He
used
needed
some.
it.
Yeah, you're all
for
good.
his
You're all good.
dark passenger.
Yeah. Leek's gonna wild shape into a quipper. A little,
Nice.
little white piranha. Just leap into the water.
Oh.
Kabloop.
I thought he was just good at saying things offhandedly.
No.
A quipper.
Ooh.
So he
No?
wild shapes into a tiny little piranha,
Sassier.
and you all dive into the water. And as you'll dive into the water, it's much warmer, like warmer than it was when you did the necrosis weirdness. Necrosis. And
crosses.
necrosis. The view distance underwater is also like thoroughly much farther now. There's no more murk and there's no more darkness. It's like it's
Okay.
turned into like a normal lake, and you can like see the top of the lake from down here. It's that clear.
Sick.
Wow.
And
That's really
Amazing.
clear.
and as you like get onto the ziggurat, you can see the ziggurat like shaking and vibrating before it is sucked through like a pinprick hole in space, and you can just see what looks like mint green waves of like energy that kind of like just kind of float at the bottom of this lake and then slowly just like dissipate.
Is there displacement?
No.
Okay. We get pulled into that area because if something is with mass is taking up.
No.
Like the part of Titanic that freaks me out the most.
Yeah.
Yeah,
After the thing
100%.
goes, you're gonna get pulled down after the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Hold your
that part
breath
sucks.
as you go and keep it. It's crazy.
But yeah, so it's like this weird, just kind of like like it blinks out.
Okay.
And as it blinks out, it looks like it's getting sent to another plane of existence. Like you can see fragments of like a starry purple sky, and then just kind of like, and then you're just kind of at the bottom of this lake, able to breathe and talk. There's like a little piranha, like a little white piranha, just kind of floating there.
Is Vonkar able to stay afloat or stay up
Oh, because the
because
armor.
of the armor? I know he. I think we established that he could keep himself
Yeah,
aloft.
as long
but
as he's
moving
as long as
slower?
he's treading, he can.
Okay.
Yeah, but if Vonkar stopped treading, he would just like sink to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bottom of the lake. And also you
All
can
right, up at there, guys, right?
you can see those nearby like frond things
What is
appear more dormant than they were before, like they're sleeping.
Oh, so that was weird, right? I mean, I know we've got a clock on these potions, but like we didn't talk about that, right? How that was just really weird.
Which part specifically?
Well, I'm gonna assume that we talked about like the weirdness within that, though.
We really
But-
didn't.
No, we just kind of finished and then headed
We
out.
kind of had to. It was
it
weird to
happened
the point
very
of trying to
quickly.
discover what was happening. Yes.
Antyr,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I am very surprised that we got stuck with the least fucked up version of you.
Well. Oh, you're talking about now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean you're not
that's
wrong.
that's a. I'm
The
pretty
least
happy
fucked
about
up
that.
versions that we are aware of.
Probably.
Yeah, we
more.
talking about the least fucked up version so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's still time. You're right.
Yeah, and you still owes me one tattoo because we beat you in a fight.
I owe you the tattoo, or what do
I
you
mean, if yous wants to keep your honor intact, yous got to get a tattoo.
I mean,
Listen, I'm obliged. I will put the tattoo. You don't even got to do it yourself. I'm pretty good at it. You
I
see?
have a whole, but there's a whole aesthetic that I have. Look,
Aesthetic means nothing without honor.
Yeah, I mean, you could put it on the bottom of your foot. Might
That would
make
be
it difficult to
painful.
walk, but I mean, you're not walking anyway,
Knuckle
from what I've
tattoo.
been seeing.
I see. It seems to me like all you saying is blah blah blah. Going to just stamp on tradition, and I.
Porter, you keep talking about my
It's honor?
honor and tradition, and I will use a spell on you to remove that water breathing that you currently have.
Oh, just wait. Hold on. Shit.
Yes.
So just think of your words very carefully.
Andrew's gonna start swimming up.
Okay. Little
You wouldn't
piranha.
say that if I was
but-
2 feet taller. Damn it! That's what I should have said. Damn it! Damn it.
Alright, but so what I mean to ask is like, what's going on with that place? Like, we just came down there. I mean, we had that shard of that obelisk. It looked like a bunch of other people had taken it, and then we went down here, and it was used. You guys used it, and
And then vampire Antyr showed up.
Yes.
I don't think it was a vampire. I don't think they were a vampire.
No,
Did you
they
see
were-
the teeth on him? Of course he was a vampire.
I think they were.
I think
a
they
mix of
said they were a lich.
Yeah. I think they were a
Lich,
mix, maybe.
vampire, they are both immortal creatures with immense power.
I haven't actually
Yeah, but
researched either.
to be that's dismissive. I mean, you could say like, Hopper and Torger. They're both mortal and very attractive. All
I
sorts
do
of
not
beings.
see anything wrong with this statement.
Right, lots of things got lots of things in common.
As you're all swimming upwards, you can see the bottom. Like you're maybe like a couple hundred meters up at this point, and you can see the bottom. The bottom is like of the lake is like shifting, like something is waking up after like a long deep sleep, and it's like the entire lake bed is moving.
Is it moving like in a singular direction, like it's moving, like shifting back and forth along a single line.
Yeah, it's like
almost?
it's like it's just shifting like a resting place that it had.
Yeah, I don't
Do
know about
we-
you guys, but I'm looking to get out of this water and open the air as soon as possible.
Oh yeah.
Do we perhaps think about the rocks on the shore, and do they start to remind us of like the shoals of this lake start to remind us of question mark teeth?
No, thankfully.
Okay.
But it just and then
Oh.
yeah.
I've seen Empire Strikes Back.
But there's like a shift at the bottom of the lake, and you can see like something big is moving, and it's like a massive 600-foot long catfish,
Oh lord.
like kaiju sized, and it just kind of looks up, and it opens, and where the lake bed is, you can see like eyes appear, like these golden orbs, and
So a
it's
bit like a flounder.
yeah, kind of.
Its eyes are just like
It just looks up,
flounder. What's it?
and you just
Everybody, he gets to swim faster.
you
Don't
ju-
look like a crawdad.
and you just hear like this deep bellowing.
Wait, I know
And
this.
it
I
go-
speak whale.
and it goes back,
That's a goldfish.
and it goes back, and it goes back to sleep.
Tries not to swim like a crawdad.
Torger
But,
swims like
Oh, what?
Torger moves like.
But yeah, just this massive catfish seems like whatever just occurred kind of caused it to wake up. And then it yawned and went back to sleep. But eventually,
I love that.
after
I love that so much.
after about 15 minutes, you all break the surface of the water, and Leek drops the wild shape of a piranha and back into Leek, and the boat is floating right there, back to where you jumped out of the boat because everyone started suffocating.
Yeah.
I'm back in the boat.
All right.
Hopper just flops in because
help you out,
he's
yeah.
wearing a ton of armor.
Vonkar will like kick his feet and tread water and like help boost people
Okay.
up into the boat.
Everyone make a perception check as you're climbing into the boat, because you can feel something in the water. The water is starting to like do this a
Oh.
little bit. Actually, fuck, you don't need a perception check for this.
Ooh.
As you all like climb into the
Oh
boat,
damn it!
you can feel the boat like rising, like up and up and up and up. Hello.
I'm gonna look over the edge of the boat.
The massive catfish has like lifted its head up out of the water, and the boat is like resting on top like a tiny little hat. Hello.
Hi there.
Oh, I can speak.
Yes. Would you like to get to shore?
Yeah. Yeah, what's your name?
I don't remember.
Yeah, sure would be great.
Yeah, if that's what's going to be on the menu, yeah, that's sure would taste real good right now.
Just starts slowly swimming towards the shore, keeping the boat resting. Its eyes are like piercing the water. It's kind of swimming like the giant lizard thing in Resident Evil 4. It's kind of like that, but not as evil. And it just starts like swimming towards the shore, and kind of like ducks its head down underwater briefly, and the boat kind of just slides off and glides onto the shore.
Oh. How do you like the name Cheshire?
Okay.
Cheshire catfish?
Okay. And yeah, this thing is huge. Its head is like easily the size of like a couple city blocks, just looking at you. So it's like its head is up out of the water like this, and you guys are like here on the shore, kind of like.
Mm-hmm.
So when it speaks, it's just like, like a tremor.
Feel it in your chest.
Yeah.
I just look up this giant lizard thing that you were talking about. Disgusting.
But this guy's not
yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just like, what are you talking about?
I mean, he's probably got a lot of like barnacles.
Oh, he's
and
covered in
shit.
like barnacles and mud
Yeah.
and dirt.
So a little disgusting.
There's like some other like aquatic life
but
stuff to him.
majestically disgusting.
There's like there's like a beard of leeches that are kind of just stuck to him. So, thank you for waking me.
Oh, you were
Why you-
sleeping.
That is what happens when you get woken
You're, I just hope that you have plenty to eat. I don't know how long you've been sleeping, but something your size probably needs to eat a lot.
up. And looking at it, you can see on their back, there's like a little hole in their back, like a wound. And it's kind of where the ziggurat was like being pressed down a little bit. And he's like,
Ow.
"Oh, I have a boo-boo." And it kind of
Papa
just like
heal.
it kind of just like slaps it with a big fin, and it kind of the flesh kind of like mends itself and closes. Oh, that's better.
Do you know how long you were asleep down there?
Since the starts to like fall asleep. The war.
Was it a war among very powerful beings?
Yeah, they called themselves gods.
War that I can't remember the name of right now.
The
War of Ascension?
I don't know
Yes.
what that name is.
Okay.
It was just a war.
Yeah, well, I mean, history is full of wars, so. I mean, you could have been sleeping for 100 years. You could have been sleeping for 1,000. We don't know.
Well, if you ever need to get somewhere, let me know.
Yeah.
With water. See, look. And he opens up his mouth real wide, and inside you can see, like, dangling from the roof of his mouth are, like, these uvulas almost, but they hold, like, golden orbs of light.
That's
You
cool.
Just need to swim inside, and I'll take you where you need to go.
How do we get a hold of you? Like, how do we call you if we want to?
Just come back to this lake and slap the water in a rhythmic pattern.
Okay.
I can only take you
what-
to where there's water.
Yeah.
Yeah, what kinds of rhythm do you need? Do you need us to do like
Probably
Like
of the
a-
night.
a half beat, a double?
Like
what's-
this. And he just slaps the water like 3 times, just poof, 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 with one of his fins like far out, and it causes like a swell, like a 30-foot high wave, just. And then the wave just kind of he like uses his body to block the wave, and it splashes onto him. Like that.
Okay, so just consistence. Okay, so you're somehow like like the opposite of a worm from Dune. I got it. I got it.
Okay,
Thank you, Mr. Fish.
it's Cheshire.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Cheshire. Sorry.
The Cheshire Cat.
And then
Fish.
just
Oh.
submerges themselves just back beneath the lake.
Did not think we would find an ally at the bottom of this lake,
Yeah.
much less one as large as our new friend.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things that you can find in a lake. Often you don't always see it until it's frozen.
Hey,
Which of the that's actually we need to touch on that. But which of the people in our party looks the worst?
Oh man.
I mean, I'm pretty old, so
Yeah. Doe's at 9 of 43.
Listen, you can
Yeah,
age gracefully.
Leek's at
Joe and Leek are
Vonkar
the-
didn't though.
Leek's at 7 of 37. Doe's at 9 of 43.
Yeah.
He's a real Tom Waits of himself.
Okay.
I can show you some. I can show you one of the
Grin is-
pictures I sent as it. Sorry.
Grin is gonna go over to Leek.
Mm-hmm.
Leek, how you doing, buddy?
Not great. I don't know what they meant by me being false.
You're
That
full of
is
shit.
the-
I mean,
yes,
you know,
that is words.
Antyr.
It's embellishment
But-
words to make you feel a certain type of way. Probably didn't mean
Yeah.
much.
You got me a scapegoat. That guy doesn't even know what that means.
Yeah, you got to just let it roll down the river. You know
Yeah,
what
maybe.
happens. Yeah, no, just you ride your own raft of life. You know, 'cause it's always you're gonna move
But
down a
I
river.
don't know. It just makes me think questions because Mama said I have to control my power so I don't accidentally burn anyone again. But I don't remember ever burning anyone on purpose or
Yeah.
by accident.
Well, then you got to just let it go. You just got to hug it. Thank you for making you feel the way it did, because you know that's how life is. You just feel
I
feelings.
don't know. It just really stressing me out.
Yeah,
Oh.
then that's what you do. You hug it. You say, "Okay, thank you, feelings," and then you let those guys float down the river, and then you don't got to worry about it. You just move on to the next thing.
First things first, Leek. Come here, buddy.
And he like cups his like hands under Leek's face and does a second level cure wounds.
Okay.
For 16.
Perfect. Nice. Kind of just shakes a little bit. And yeah, when you like touch Leek, very clammy, and not just because he's a gecko coming out of the water, but like
Amphibian.
weird, like because geckos aren't slimy or anything. They're kind of dry feeling. He also came out of the water, but like a weird, clammy, like moist warmness to him. Like he's not like he's got a fever.
Oh.
Antyr at this time is going to be casting Prestidigitation to clean their clothes,
Okay.
and has taken out a small, like what appears to be like a bandy set. It
Okay.
has a comb, and
Sure.
is combing through their hair, and pretty much like getting the excess water out.
Okay.
As they're sitting on the shore at the moment.
Okay. I'll say you guys can not go to short rest as well. Just hanging out on the shore. Kind of relaxing after all that ordeal. Talking to the big old fish.
Look, while we're... Antyr's in the middle of combing the hair. While we're... I'm gonna be honest, I don't know exactly how to put into words of whatever that was. That whole situation. I understand to a degree that there are... pieces of us, different versions of us that exist, but I never imagined that they would ever converge. I have no desire to be anything like what that version was.
Lame.
Timeless to a degree that isn't... I don't know. I feel maybe they got stuck here. Obviously not. I don't know.
What do you mean? 'Cause like, you, I mean, you don't like getting older. I mean, that much is obvious. But that's pretty natural. Kind of what you want, and from what I've seen, is a little unnatural. So what way would you go about it that feels right for you?
Existing in the spells that you can come upon that can transport you to the plane that I am from. That suspends time for you. You do not have to eat. You don't have to sleep. You don't have to dream. You're suspended. That's what I want. I don't want to age. I don't want to.
How interesting is that plane of existence?
Interest is subjective. What you might think is
I mean, for
interesting.
you. I mean, you said you lived there. I mean,
Yes,
do you think it was interesting compared to the material plane?
To a degree, I do. I was 300 years there. It's all I know, really.
Alright, well, I guess the biggest question that you need to figure out moving forward is whether or not those 300 years had enough interesting stuff going on that warrant how much interesting stuff's been going on here.
Almost in tandem as soon as you say that, though, as that like green light, the weird green light of the lake begins to fade, you can see like a ribbon of green light appear around the moon. The broken, shattered moon that's always been that way in the sky, just a little ribbon of green light kind of just slowly forms around it.
Guys, the moon is green.
Shut up, Moon, we're having a conversation.
You don't see that every day.
No, you don't. I mean,
do
you
you
don't
think
see
that
what we
means?
saw.
And it's
So many questions.
It's a mint green color, so the same as like the mint green has been a common color that's been showing up.
Night Sisters. Got it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
I didn't know we were on Dathomir. Damn it.
This whole campaign's taking place on Dathomir.
Sorry. Yeah.
I haven't seen Ahsoka, so let's. I know
I'm,
there's.
I'm
I know
talking
there's-
about. I'm talking about Jedi
Yeah.
Fallen Order.
Oh well, I know there's apparently that shit's going on too. So let's just
Oh, is it?
just in
I actually
case,
haven't seen
just
either
in
this week.
case.
Look, there's questions that we're going to have that, unfortunately, the place where we could have gotten those questions is gone.
Yeah, but did we just do that? Is that visible to other people? We should consider that.
It is more than likely that it is visible to at least Guardian Bashan.
And as you're like watching it, it seems to be mending pieces of the moon together, which has always appeared shattered to everybody. Only a certain group know the truth, but like you can see pieces of that moon just kind of mend, and the shattered part heals, and then that ribbon of green just dissipates.
Strange.
Maybe there's. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's abnormalities within the planes here that is affecting the moon?
Yeah, I got a question. Do you think that the green light that was coming out of the ziggurat, do you think it's got to do with the moon's green's light that's coming around and doing all sorts of, like, moon things? And also, parts two, if someone once said that the moon's is traveling sort of around the big tree that hugs us all together and keeps us in one piece. So if it's like traveling around so fast, why does it still got like shattered pieces? Wouldn't eventually they turn into like more rounded stones like you get when like a river has a lot of water pass those stones and they turn soft? Why isn't the moon just like a big cluster of round rocks?
There's not water in the sky like that.
Oh, okay.
As long as we're getting lost in the weeds on things, I had a question.
Yeah, jumped in the weeds. Let's
No,
get in the weeds.
Listen, I love this sea of questions we all got, and I think all of them should be like put out there because a lot just happened.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
what's you got? Let's get in the weeds.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, Antyr, I had a question because you mentioned that you mentioned the place where you were, time doesn't pass, right?
Correct.
But if time doesn't pass, how can you have been there for 300 years? Because that's time.
The safest way to equate it is we do have means of tracking time within other planes, specifically the material and the Fae were the two that I was, and Antyr is going to lift their arms, that I studied. So in the realm of record keeping, there is the years would pass in the number of years that I was observing the material plane and studying the time passes that way. So you do raise a good point, but it's I equate it in saying such that it's been 300 years for you. It's as if I've been gone for 300 years from the material plane.
All right. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
It would be weird for me to say I've been just existing for time and there's no real way to equate it. It wouldn't make much sense. So I had to we found a way to make it make more sense, to at least to a degree.
So you say we.
Hmm.
You were like a group of people?
Yes. So the best way to describe it, there are, in essence, I am what is referred to as an Astral, because I'm from the Astral Sea to a degree. But I'm not. There's actually a whole other race of it. We are a like subsect, but we are elevated or ascended to this rank. So you remove, yes, you remove the.
I'm sure all races feel like they're an elevated version of the standard.
We are. When I was young, as you saw before in that mirror place with all the mirrors and such, I didn't look like this always. I was what was referred to as a moon elf. I had very soft lilac skin. But when I was selected to take on the role, a piece of the Astral Sea was fused with me, and that's how I became how I am.
Okay, a lot of questions, but tailing off of that. But my first one is, you got brought on to do like this task of like documentation or like record keeping, stuff like that. Who was your superior, and how did they die if this place is timeless?
They didn't die. They still exist.
They just kind of gave up. They were like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's been like 1,000,000 years or something.
No, we have about a dozen, probably more than that, to be honest. There's some that I didn't even meet. We have people for each of the planes. Some of them overlap like I did. But each of the planes, there's a time steward that keeps track of time and such. And, some people do grow bored or tired or discontent with their position, so they allow themselves to return to a place that allows them to age again. That is why I was selected for the role that I was in. The person who before me moved on.
I mean, that's kind of lucky, right? Can't be too many job opportunities there if nobody dies.
Job security is pretty firm there, yes.
Yeah, can I ask another question?
Sure.
So if time doesn't, so there's no such thing as time there, and time doesn't move there. Does that mean that if we went there, we could go somewhere and meet younger you? Because since time doesn't move, younger you would still be younger you because time doesn't do what?
Time doesn't move on that plane. Time moves elsewhere.
Right, but if it's not moving, then young you will still be there because the time is still standing still, right?
To you, it technically does move. You would know. 1,000 years there is about a day in the material plane.
Yeah, which
it just flows incredibly slow. So time passes incredibly slowly, but people don't age in the Astral Sea.
Yeah.
Wait, I think I understand it. So you're saying it's like
I'm here.
Use-
Well, let me, Vonkar, I'm here. So my version of me that was there is no longer there because I'm here.
I see. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, like if you take the piece of fruit out of a fruited jello, like inside the jello, it's gonna stay there. But outside the jello, it's gonna roll off the table.
Are you saying I'm going to roll off a table?
I'm saying if you're worried about H becoming a thing,
It isn't.
You might
Luckily, I
roll
took that
into-
with that portion that you gave me. I have secured a fair amount of time, and I feel
so that potion was like a gentle hand pushing your fruited jello back onto the table.
no. It's now pushing. Yes, to a degree. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying now.
Yes,
I,
okay, I see. Yeah. Eventually, old Torger just makes all sorts of sense, doesn't he?
Not really, but your nonsense goes somewhere, and it has to go to a place, and I try to point the place for you.
yes!
It takes a guiding hand
like,
for you to get there.
Oh, okay, like you was making all sorts of sense. Still seems like you still owes me a tattoo.
I was hoping you would forget.
Yeah, I am just like a
Hmm.
Snapple Griff.
What is
Do you
that?
mean an elephant?
Sure.
A snapping turtle? Have you seen one of those?
He just walks away. I would never
it
snap
an
a turtle.
underdog?
That just sounds rude. Why would I do
So
that?
as you're like standing here, you also notice that Leek is nowhere in sight.
Who?
Where'd he go?
Leek?
Leek.
Leek, where'd you go, man?
Leek?
Leek! He shouts.
Guess
Alright,
we
he
go
flies
look
up.
for him.
Looks around.
We're gonna go look
And-
for him.
Yeah, Antyr's gonna summon Endylus and send the Tressum cat around to sniff.
Okay.
Could I look for any
Yeah, I'm
tracks
trying to.
in
Try,
the
yeah, I'm trying.
Footprints.
To
In the bank.
Footprints go off from the bank and back into the jungle.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow those.
Oh, I thought you said
gonna
into
go
the
with
like,
Torger.
into the water.
No, back into the jungle.
Okay.
Yeah, Grin's going there.
Yeah, following suit.
I want to take a sort of a parallel but a little wider pattern so we don't miss anything.
Okay.
Search like we're doing searches.
Okay.
And he's just he's not gonna worry about anything other. I mean, like, I guess here's the question.
Hey guys, since he walked away from us, should we be shouting for him? Or should we try to just find him?
You're the one yelling, so
I shouted just before we entered the forest, and now we're in the forest. We saw
Let's just
that he
be-
kind of
yes.
walked away, so like, what are we thinking here? Should we just
just-
try to sneak up on him and be like, hey dude, what's up? Or if we shout, that might make him harder to find.
As you're
Right.
walking, you can see that some of the footprints look a little scorched. Like the bottom of the foot, like the footprints are like a little scorched.
I don't think sneaking up on Leek would be a good idea. I do think we can move without
I'm not saying
yelling.
to startle him. I'm just saying, let's not just like blast out stuff. I know I'm the first one to do it. I'm just saying. I reconsidered. But I wanted to run it by you guys, just so that we're not all shouting for him.
Yes, yeah.
Alright. We don't want to startle him either.
Maybe we should like sing that song that you made up for them. Grin. I don't remember how it goes, but I'll just
But as you're
Heading up the North Road.
There it is.
As you're talking and singing the song, yeah, the footprints get more and more scorched as you proceed, and up ahead you can see Leek's backpack filled with like his cooking utensils, bedroll, just kind of leaning up against a tree.
Scoop it.
Okay. Also,
gonna-
also heavily scorched.
Do I see any markings going up the tree? Any scorch markings up
Nope.
the trees? Okay. Are there any other scorched tracks on the ground?
Yeah, they keep going, just
Okay.
in the direction of the road, where the road was. It was like a 40-minute walk from the shore to the road.
maybe we should pick up pace.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up pace. I'm also going to cast invisibility.
Okay. After another couple minutes, you see Leek's cloak. The bluish cloak that had all the smiling onions on it. Just thrown in the dirt.
Burned?
It's totally intact, but it's just been like tossed to the side.
Scoop it.
Okay. It's a cloak of protection. Just so everybody knows.
Yeah. I'll hang on to it, but I'm not wearing it. It's his.
You keep going. You keep going. Next up, about another 20 yards away, you can see Cabbage, the teddy bear, face down in the dirt.
I'll
Antyr
pick up
will-
cabbage.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Does it look like cabbage is torn at all?
No, Cabbage is fine.
Or scorched?
Well, I mean,
Okay.
Cabbage looks fucked up in general, but like,
Yeah,
fine.
but like
Cabbage looks
aside
more
from-
fucked up.
But the footprints go from, they start to change a little bit, like someone turned into a different creature. The scorched footprints turn into little humanoid feet, like human-ish feet, but like smaller. And they kind of turn to the right, and they go towards deeper into the jungle, and you can hear what sounds like somebody like talking to themselves, like, what the hell's going on here? What? You can just hear like someone talking to themselves and like having like sounds like they're having like a panic attack. Kind of to the right where these footprints start to go. So like the gecko-y three-toed footprints turn into like tiny human like footprints, and then they turn to
If
the
we can,
right.
if we can hear someone, I'm gonna start trying to stealth.
All right, anybody who's trying to sneak in that direction, stealth checks, please.
Antyr's gonna point in that direction
Mm-hmm.
and cast message.
Okay, sure.
Do you need to be alone?
Who is this?
Shit.
Wait.
You still have 25 words.
You sound familiar.
As everybody breaks for the shadows, quietly. They seem confused. So, maybe who do we feel Leek trusted the most in our group? Doe, you're out of it because you're kind of scary looking.
Fair. Well, they were with Vonkar and Grin when we met everybody.
Yeah,
Perhaps
maybe-
Vonkar?
Yeah. Grandpa and or uncle and uncle. Oh wait, that was the other one. Uncle and cousin Grin. Got it. Okay.
You don't think I'm uncle material?
Well, the other uncle was okay. You could be uncle
Yeah, that's right.
or auntie, whichever one you prefer. Maybe
Uncle
y'all two.
Vonkar and Anti-Grin.
Oh my god! Just imagine a hag, a grid-sized tag. Okay, so
Maybe you guys are going for uncle. I'm going for funkle.
Okay, so Hopper, myself, Torger, and Doe will just stay back. Just observe from the shadows.
No, I'm going to go around to the side.
Well, yes, but don't make yourself known. It's
Yes.
scary enough. Okay,
Yeah. Anyone
I'll
Can
who's,
move
you
with you.
Can
I'm
you
coming with
see what
you.
I'm doing right now?
anyone who's sneaking, make a stealth check. It sounds like the person that's you can hear talking is like starting to have like a panic attack.
I'm invisible. I cast invisibility
Okay.
and it lasts an hour. So
Sure.
like,
Stealth check with
you just
advantage.
can't see.
Stealth check with advantage.
Ah. I rolled a natural 20, but I'm wearing freaking plate.
Oh, that sucks.
14.
Okay. The person says, "Who's there?"
Hey,
In the direction where
hey,
Hopper
buddy.
just moved.
Hey, buddy, it's Grin.
Yeah.
How you doing?
You come out into the clearing.
Yeah.
Okay. You see a halfling man who's been severely burned,
Mm-hmm.
like covered in third-degree burns. Kind of sitting on a log, holding like a tiny, lifeless white leopard gecko in his hands, just looking at it,
Okay.
confused,
How burned are they?
like covered in third-degree burns, like
Oh
bad.
Jesus! Like they're just burning. They're cooking themselves.
It looks like
Third-degree burns are
it looks like they've been cooked a very long time ago. Like
Oh, so,
completely
like-
healed.
Recovered.
okay.
It's like third degree
Yeah,
burn scars.
like
So it's
bad.
not. Yeah, it's scars.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
Basically, looks at Grin and Vonkar, sees you two kind of approaching, can hear Hopper walking around. There's people hiding in the bushes.
But yeah, we didn't want to scare you. Sorry. How you doing? Are you Leek? What's going on? Are you a buddy?
No, that was the name she gave me, I think.
What do you mean?
No, it's okay.
I would like to move into the clearing, but try and circle
Oh,
around.
still invisible.
What was your
Yeah.
what was
Still
your
invisible.
what was your stealth check?
19.
19. You just beat his passive perception.
But I want to like circle around and try
Okay.
and get close.
Now you see a halfling man covered in like healed third degree burns, holding a lifeless white, like gecko, like a small little gecko. No, I'm Ernest, I think.
That's a nice name.
You're my friends, I know that.
Well, yes, we are.
How do you feel? Obviously, this isn't like a big deal, but how would you feel about handing me that gecko for just a moment?
Oh yeah, this is who Leek was, and hands it over.
What do you mean by that?
And he'll take
That's
the gecko.
I was. Sorry, I'm trying to recall a lot of painful memories right now. They kind of came flooding back
Oh, that's right.
after we left the ziggurat. They all kind of came back.
Take your time, little man.
I'm an adult.
Well, you're a little man.
Okay. I was burned. I was burned at the stake when I was a child, I think. The village, they wanted to sacrifice me, but I live. I was shunned for it, locked in my parents' basement. I escaped and felt this anger and burned it all down.
Sorry, you'll have to forgive me. Do you remember what your name is?
Yeah, I said Ernest.
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 Escaped the basement, and I felt this anger come over me, and they hold their hand up and like a little purple flickering flame manifests, the same color as Leek's flames. I escaped and burned it all down, but I think I died. I did die. Then the old lady found me, and then it was like I was seeing through another's eyes, and kind of points to the gecko that he handed off to you.
I guess I'll look at the gecko a bit.
It's a white gecko, same coloration, same eye color as Leek.
Completely dead.
Completely dead.
Aww. Is this crispy dude cute at all?
No,
Or is the cuteness gone? The cuteness is gone,
it's a
please.
crispy halfling man who
No.
Big leak.
Burned long ago with aged burn scars.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking like a real spawn of
Burned
himself.
as a child, kept in a basement, escaped, burned down his whole village, died in the fire, and
Yeah.
then was somehow put into the body of that gecko.
Well, I don't know. What do you kind of walked away from us, and you just want to
Yeah.
make sure that you're all right.
You can see that they're talking. Their left arm is starting to go a little translucent, which they don't seem to notice. I don't know. I'm just confused.
Here, give me a hand.
Holds out one of their hands.
Is it the one that's starting to disappear?
Let's roll for it. Yeah. and they can see it. They kind of, it seems like them seeing that, they relax a little bit. And they smile. And that's bad even when they smile. Huh.
I want to. I'm gonna. This seems like a good time for it. I'm gonna divine sense.
Undead.
There we go.
You're gonna what?
Can everybody else come on out?
Hey, everybody, get around.
Yeah, everybody good. Come on in here.
Yeah.
I'll step out from behind the rock that was too small for me to hide behind.
Okay.
His little ears were like.
Yeah. I was like trying to listen real hard with my giant ears.
Antyr will step out from the shadows. He had a natural or dirty 20, so.
Torger is not going.
Okay.
He's going to remain invisible and be behind this. I assume mostly clothingless burn.
Oh yeah,
man?
completely clothingless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've found all of Leek's belongings on the walk here.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna stay
Just
behind. This
Looks
person.
at everyone that's here. Thanks, y'all. For, making me realize what it's like to have family and friends who don't want to sacrifice you and burn you alive.
I'm sad that that's what you experienced
I know
before us.
the old lady, Auntie Gothel. She was kind. I remember she tried bringing me back, but stopping. I'm distraught. She always brought me and the other kids treats to our village. Nice little snacks all the time. She was always real friendly to us and some of the kids who were downtrodden by the others. And they just smile. Y'all can keep my stuff, little mementos. I clearly don't need them anymore. They won't fit me. And you can see
True.
up to the shoulder and torso has started to go like translucent and like disappearing. Huh.
Ernest, you said your name was?
Ernest Stilt Whistle?
Fine name.
Huh.
Beautiful name.
Weird.
Before you go, I had been working on something while you were still Leek. And I'm gonna pull out a mini wind up cabbage and just twist it and let it walk in front of him for a minute.
Well, that's nice.
I was hoping to give it to you when we got back to the city, but I do not think you have time for that.
I don't know how much time you have left.
Me neither.
But if we go back to Indigothor, I mean, when we do, because I mean, we've got our patron is hanging out with them.
Yeah.
How mad are they gonna be that you're in your current state?
Not mad. I got a feeling they kind of knew this was inevitable. Probably a reason they told people to not let me get stressed out. This might happen. They probably knew it was going to happen.
Do you have a message that you would like to?
Just bring my stuff to her. She probably want to keep it and bury it. You guys can keep some of the stuff, I suppose. I want you all to keep Cabbage, though.
Oh, we can
He
definitely
needs
do that.
he needs a warm, comfortable home, and friends to give him hugs.
So at this point,
Gets real mad when he
think-
doesn't get hugs. I'm
at
just
this
kidding.
point, the pack of stuff
It's a
that I
nightmare.
scooped would be lightly dropped, and then I would put with a hand on the still corporeal shoulder.
Mhm.
You know that part of it's going away. Put a hand on the corporeal shoulder, and uninvisible myself.
Okay.
Just give him a squeeze.
And as you give him a squeeze, he just says, "Goodbye, friends. It's been weird, but nice."
Yeah, you gone from gecko to burnt man. It's totally weird.
Totally casual.
Thanks for
Uh,
helping me find peace, I guess.
Yeah, you did it in a cool, casual way.
What a weird way to go about it. And they look at Antyr before they entirely just disappear.
Grin goes and just starts slapping Antyr's shoulder. What did you do?
Do anything? I don't.
I mean, I know we got the best one, but it was definitely the other version of you that did it, you bastard.
I think it was gonna happen no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, it
Was-
was bound to happen at some point.
You still have the little gecko just
Mhm.
there.
Sometimes people are living on borrowed time, and we just have to appreciate the extra time they got.
In the Leek's supplies you've been gathering, there is a cloak of protection,
Yeah, I'm holding on to it.
a potion of water breathing, a bottle of boundless coffee, which is an onion-shaped flask.
Oh,
start-
Freeman.
I'll start just adding all of this stuff just to make sure.
Um,
You said
Water breathing, boundless
Potion.
potion of boundless
a
coffee.
bottle of boundless coffee.
Bottle.
Bottle.
Yeah.
Boundless coffee.
The face step lantern that he was given by Auntie Gothel,
Okay.
a bedroll that's always cold.
Oh no.
Cold or like cool, like the
Always
cold side of the
cold.
pillow?
Always cold.
Like in temperature, like is it
Yeah,
like
a bedroll that never gets warm.
So
like
not
cool
like the cool
side
side of a pillow.
like cool
I
side of the
don't
pillow
think.
or like refrigerator?
Like you're sleeping with a bunch of fans on cold.
Okay, so good cold.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, that would be good.
I'm
Just
like,
not,
there's-
not-
there's-
just not good if you want to be warm.
Right.
Right.
Like one of
Yeah.
these is a curse, one of these is like perfect. and I
Depends on
want
where
one.
you are. Depends on the
Yes,
the
for
time
us,
zone. Or
it's- yeah.
Like the cold airs of
hemisphere.
a fraternity house.
Yeah, yeah.
Always cool or cold?
Always cold.
Okay.
And 652
That's-
gold. And then there's cabbage, which I believe Hopper's holding on to.
I have cabbage.
Cool beans.
All right,
And
so
I'm gonna pick up
what's...
the little copper cabbage too.
Okay.
All right, so we got to honor Leek, and we got the next time we gets to a town with a fighting pit, we bet all 652 on these beautiful fists right here.
I can remove Leek from the campaign.
Aw.
652 gold. We turn a profit based on my fists.
I think at this point we should maybe we can take some time before we decide what we're gonna do with Leek's things and just appreciate them as an echo of his time with us.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Grin.
Boy, a lot of echoes could buy a lot of sweet, sweet shoes.
You need money, son?
You struggling?
Who doesn't love stuff?
I mean, certainly, but if you need shoes, I can buy you shoes.
Listen, until I spent 60 years and all the clothes that I ever made were made from mushroom fibers.
speaking of fibers, you guys just hanging out at this little clearing?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
You ever wear a jumpsuit made out of mushrooms and nothing but mushrooms?
Maybe.
No.
Looks at you knowingly.
Hopper, you're the only other person in the party now that's held onto cabbage. They are warm. Or it is warm. This was
So
the
wait,
thing
cabbage is warm, but the bedroll is cold.
this is the thing that Leek would like summon. This was his wildfire spirit.
Yeah.
Shit was weird with how his wildfire spirit worked. But yeah, you got like this warm teddy bear that's made of different animals stitched together. Its mouth is like a Glasgow smile to the ears that's filled with just human teeth. Different human teeth. Some are broken, some are chipped, some have cavities, some are yellowed, all just filling out the mouth. And one eye is a blue human eye that's been stitched underneath the fabric, or in an eye socket, and then there's a big green one in the opposite. Eyes kind of look out like this.
Are the teeth
Looking-
in the right spot that we would associate? Like, I mean, are we getting
Or is it like a
canines
molar in
back
the-
here? And
Oh,
then-
it's not medically accurate.
Oh, I was gonna say, is there like a donkey tooth up here, but like a
Oh, it's all
molar tooth back?
yeah, there's like a molar at the front. Human teeth. It's all just an assortment of human teeth that have been
Oh, yeah.
collected.
yeah.
Looking back, Leeks always had like Cabbage as a teddy bear, but when he summoned him as a wildfire spirit, that's when Cabbage came to life.
Yeah, and then arms like burst out of the back that functioned as like these
And-
heavily
okay.
burned arms came out of the back and functioned as wings.
Gotcha.
But as you're holding it, you don't feel a space for arms.
Did
Like
the
the-
arms look like the arms of the person
Nope.
we were just talking to? No, okay, completely
Just
different.
different burned human arms.
Alright. Okay.
And also he's got like a ruffled Shakespearean like collar.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a rough. I guess the
Just for
Next
context,
place.
I'll post the picture of Cabbage again.
we should head back to Tunbrook, I assume.
Yeah, what do you guys want to do with this gecko? I mean, it's dead. At least as far as I can tell. Can I tell?
It's definitely dead.
Alright. Should we bury it?
I believe we could bury it here.
I mean, this is the best. I mean, this is pretty prime real estate, if you ask me. If someone would be buried anywhere, this is pretty nice.
It's a nice little
So
clearing.
cool.
You can see out to the lake from here. The sun is like in the process of setting because it's almost like 6 p.m. So the sun is like in the process of setting. You get a nice view of like the sunset near this lake.
We could set up a little memorial for Leek and for Ernest.
So you have like he would have his cloak, his burlap vest, his straw hat, all of his clothing. He did say he wanted some of his belongings brought back, but
Yeah, I'll just make a separate thing for the belongings that we assume
Okay.
Guthel will want.
Sure.
I can custom item for that.
but he did specifically say he wants you all to keep Cabbage. Doe will bust out there. What do they have as an instrument? Oh yeah, the Mac Wimmer Cittern, which is a lute. It looks like a lyre, lute.
Isn't it a cittern?
Sure, man. And
I looked this up because I think I gave that magic item. That's one of the existing ones, right? I
they're
gave that one.
just gonna play like a little song. Performance check. 14. Cool. They're strumming, they're holding with both hands and strumming with their tongue.
Nice.
Alright. I'll start digging. So we are actually, I'm gonna go collect some stones. You can make a nice cairn here.
Yeah, the shore is nearby, so you can easily gather stones from the nearby shore.
Yeah, and Grin will just go to collect some
Yeah.
Cairn stones and leave the gecko in charge of whoever might hold out their hand when he offers.
Okay.
Antyr will hold on to the gecko.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, you can easily gather stones. Doesn't take too long.
I can't carry all of them, so I'm going back and forth.
Okay.
Because I'm still tiny.
Yeah.
I'm a tiny guy.
But you can eventually gather enough stones and prepare setting up a cairn if you'd like.
Antyr's gonna get on the ground again, sitting where they're on their knees, sitting on their feet, like leaning back on their feet. And is gonna close her eyes and is just gonna sit there for a bit.
Okay.
Just sit there for a bit.
Are we gonna camp here for the night then?
No, I mean, the place is close enough. We can go back to that place, turn in the seaweed and stuff like that.
Alright. I remember they said they don't have any lodgings there. They pointed us to that lagoon where we could set up camp if we needed a place to sleep.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And Doe will continue playing.
It'll be weird. I'm gonna miss the grubs.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's still a bag of those grubs. But they're like
Mm-hmm.
not so good.
Not the good berry.
They haven't
Good
been
grub.
It
they
starts
haven't,
to go.
they haven't been upped in a few days. It hasn't been like
I'm gonna miss those meals. Well, I mean, here it is. I guess this is my time.
He actually has a mess kit. So after collecting a bunch of stones,
mm-hmm.
he's gonna try cooking up some type of dinner.
All right. Leek has a
We'll
bunch
see
of
what happens
Leek has a
with
bunch
Grin.
of Leek has a bunch of ingredients.
Yeah, Grin's gonna try something.
Onions, garlic,
You could,
some grubs that are on the verge of going bad.
You gotta
Um,
lose these grubs before they go bad.
A flask
He's
of
just gonna do something.
a flask of coffee that never runs out of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
grub chili.
That's a breakfast thing.
Okay, are you proficient with it?
I have it, so I mean, it's not like something that you can be proficient in, at least from what I know.
True.
Cook stools you can be efficient in.
And
Yeah.
also, it's cook's utensils,
Oh,
which
cook's
Leek has,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
familiars never
Okay.
had.
I just have a mess kit,
Yeah. So
which
Yeah.
contains all that stuff.
cool. You just roll me a survival check.
Okie doke.
No bonuses, just for survival.
Survival. +1. 19.
You make a meal out of grubs and onions that Leek had in his outfit.
Yeah, grub and onion stew.
Leek or Grin is going to start cooking the onions and then like accidentally like trip into like how when you cook onions too long they start to get a little like mushy and sweet.
Oh, and they caramelize, yeah.
Yeah, and he accidentally caramelizes them because he
Doesn't really know what that means.
yeah. He's just like, oh.
I'd say another hour or so passes with the gathering of stones and the cooking.
Sit up. Finish the food. Let's divvy up the food and make our way to this lagoon place.
Wow, that
Probably
sounds
good
good.
plan.
Are we dropping the fronds off first and then heading to the lagoon?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Yes,
Alright.
I can do it so that everybody doesn't have to go up there. I have questions for them anyway regarding their alchemy.
I mean, I can fly, so I'll just join you so you're not alone.
We also have to
Cool.
get Cornelius in the wagon back.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, then
Good
we should
call,
all just
good
go
call.
up. Yeah. Let's just all go up.
Okay. So you put what do you do with Leek in the cairn? Kind of just set it there.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool beans.
We don't leave it there for like the wolves to come dig up or like foxes.
That's why you do a Karen, so that it prevents any kind of things from.
Okay.
You do like a wide enough to where,
Figured
like
we'd
big
dig
enough
a
to where
little
they
bit.
wouldn't
Okay.
be able to. They wouldn't. It would be too.
It's
big
also
of
a
hassle once it
jungle,
digs,
so like
yeah.
you know, there's things in
Yeah.
the jungle.
So we got to get a dragon and pull an Aragon and just burn the rock so it turns to glass and is never able to be
Ugh.
opened again.
So
Beautiful.
you all start making your way back to Tanbrook then, which is about a 40-minute hike from here.
Cool.
Probably a pretty quiet hike after that.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, you're still holding on to Cabbage, and he stinks. Like, has never been cleaned, washed. It's just like this stitched together animals and body parts to make a teddy bear. So you can imagine
Ditch.
you can imagine how that smells.
I don't have prestidigitation.
Read either.
That's rough. Somebody does.
I do have mending, so while we're walking, I do want to try mending like any tears
Oh,
that might
doesn't
happen
work.
through just, but like just through general
Yeah,
wear and
doesn't
tear.
work.
No.
Nope.
Oh. Mm.
The clothes maybe, but not the bear itself.
Yeah. Yeah, not trying to like mend the different seams of different
Yeah.
kinds of skin together, but like holes through different swatches
Yeah.
that might have occurred
You can,
over travels.
yeah, you can fix the clothing, but like the stuffing and
Yeah.
everything else, the stuffing doesn't seem to fix with like a mending.
Okay. Okay.
Weird.
It is weird. It's a weird little guy made by a hag.
Yeah.
He's a weird little dude.
Weird little dude. That's the name of this party. The weird little dudes in dough.
Funky
And
kids.
Antyr.
Oh yeah, everybody else is really short.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
I'm a head taller than you.
Cool.
I am very tall for my people. I am,
You
in
are.
fact, 5 feet tall.
You are. So
That's still 9 inches shorter than me.
as you can do a lot with 9 inches. So as you get back to
9-inch nail.
so as you get back to Tanbrook, it'd be nighttime at this point, so it's dark,
Yeah.
and a rock kind of clashes into the ground beside you guys, and you hear one of the kids go, "Oh, it's just them."
You know, just do you not have bedtimes?
There's a 15 hit.
Shield.
Okay.
Boulder.
One of the kids goes "Eh," and throws a rock at Antyr, and just ow.
If I had catapult,
Just kill the kid.
don't fuck with me.
But you can make
worst one to
Hopper has
do.
catapult, but
You
he
can see-
also has restraint.
you can see the wagon is still set up where it was, tied to the base of one of these trees, and the kids have painted the wagon.
What have they painted on it?
Just
Is
like
it just a
they've painted it like bright pink, and they've painted like big long like snakes all over it, and like other weird animals all over it, and then someone has like graffitied it in a place that just says like so and so eats poop, like one of the other kids like
Yeah.
Gork eats poop.
Gork.
Gork.
Good.
So he's got like a neon pink wagon now, just covered in animal paint, like animals, like cartoonish, like kid paintings all over it.
Gork horks pork.
But you can start making your way up to the top, and you can get to Fontaine's shack. Door closed, obviously.
Not fair enough.
Oh, come in there, sure. I knew it was you.
Lex just like
Fucking
go on in
Fonte.
now, Sha.
Opens the door and you can see him standing there. His eyes are like kind of like half open. The interior is just thick with smoke. Cornelius is like passed out in the corner. What can I
Have
do
your
you
goods,
for?
yes, your franz.
Oh!
Yeah.
Snaps his fingers and the smoke just disappears.
Oh.
And Cornelius like wakes up. What the hell?
One time there.
So just looks around confused. I gotta talk to you about your mule there in a sec, but you got me what I need there.
We do.
Come on in, everybody. Let's figure this out.
Oh, yeah, we have the best clippings from all of those seaweeds.
Oh, that's good to know. Come on
Also,
in.
the lake is superb now, nice and clear.
Oh,
Is that not good?
no, it's fine. That's good, You know, it just helps clean things up and yeah. Sorry, you interrupted. You interrupted something. And
What
Probably
does it
Grin,
look like
yes.
we interrupted?
there's like a massive like hookah in the center of the room.
Okay.
He was smoking up my mule.
Oh, it looks at Vonkar. Your mule can't die.
What?
Well, he can, but like when he comes back, he won't be a mule.
What does that
What will
mean?
it be?
He'll be whatever controls it decide. Well, whatever fate decides.
All right, interesting.
Like he could die and come back as a Triceratops.
Ooh, all right.
Weird.
How long have you had this mule?
Yeah, Vonkar.
Well, I mean, he's only been able to talk. I mean, you saw him talk for the first time.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so that's recent. The magic
Yeah, that
seems
feels-
to be recent with the changing.
Feels like it coincides with your changes.
We all go through
Vonkar.
changes, my friends. One day we wake up with hair where we don't expect it, and then the next day,
We've been there.
I don't have hair. Fronds. Yeah, those fronds, and we can, do some. Where are these fronds?
Torger has them in Vonkar, I think. I don't know. One of them.
I've got some, and then I think Torger's got the rest. I don't even know if I got any.
Let's see who
Okay.
has them.
I got some friends.
Antyr has 1 pound. Torger has
Interesting.
5, and Vonkar has 5. Okay. I just needed 10, my friend.
Yeah, I got some for myself.
Just takes the bundle and like sort of rubs a little bit of them under his armpits. Alright. So puts them away on a shelf. Alright. Snaps their fingers, and Hopper, you feel this like sudden like relief come over you. Alright. Deal done. The agent will stick, or the de-aging will stick.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was why we did
yeah,
this.
that was why we did this. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're 1 short.
One word.
One of you's
Yes.
missing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we lost him.
That's
So-
as is the flow of time in life.
You might not have known this, but there was like a upside down ziggurat type thing down there.
Oh, weird. That's weird, child.
Yeah.
I was making.
What's that into? You got something you want to get out, buddy?
That,
Well, where y'all headed after this, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, for. I mean, and Grin will look towards Hopper and then to everyone else. I believe we're going to the Drowned Maiden Reef?
Oh, down Maiden River. So you'd want to go west. You want to go City of Embers, if you need directions. City of Embers, and you want to go west.
Well, here's the thing. We actually, while we were down there, we made friends with a big catfish.
Oh, you met that one, eh?
How long have you been around? That guy's been sleeping for centuries.
Has he? That's strange. Huh. I remember when he was just this big, and he points to an empty fishbowl.
How old are you, Fontaine?
Who counts after? Who counts?
You shouldn't, honestly. Just forget. Just forget. Just forget.
You're just breaking constantly, buddy.
Character. I rewatched the first time we met Fontaine, and I was dying, and now it's
Oh, that fish can go to any ocean. Generally, if it's connected.
Is this lake connected to anything?
No.
No.
Marrow Deep's connected to, they say, the Astral Sea.
Mm.
But I sniffs the air. That is no longer the case, Sean.
Yeah, I think we saw that. That seemed to be what happened. Alright, well,
But I don't advise swimming to Drowned Maiden Reef, Sean. Yeah, you want to go to Port Crake. That's your best bet. You'd want to go City of Embers and go west until you get to Port Crake.
it is a bottle of water there, right? We could just hitch a ride on
Oh,
Cheshire.
he wouldn't fit in Drowned Maiden Reef the way it's been laid out lately.
Oh, okay. So here's another question. You've known the catfish since they were this big. What was their name?
Good question.
We just kind of renamed them Cheshire because they
That's
didn't know their
fine.
name.
No, I don't remember it either.
Alright, well, that's where we're going.
Alright, yeah, you're gonna wanna go see Embers and then they go west road. Keep going until you're in Port Crake. Port Crake's the only way you can safely access the reef.
Alright, sounds good. Anything before we leave?
You look like you're itching to talk, and
Nope. I am. I'm actually very tired.
oh, I know that feeling. Well,
Alright. Well, we'll let you get your sleep or get your zood on or whatever you're doing.
mm,
And we'll take this. Right, we'll just take the slide out. Right, everyone slide.
Well, someone has to walk Cornelius back down. I do not think he would fit in the slide.
I'll walk
oh,
Cornelius
that's
down. That's
fine.
fine.
You know, Char, you get stuck in the slide all the time.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate your abilities to de-age our friend.
Oh, I can do more than that. Should you need, Char? Just come along and we'll do what we can.
Right. It's great meeting you, Fontaine.
Hi, we're gonna meet you too, Char.
We're just gonna leave.
Okay.
I can't take it.
All right, everyone. Au revoir.
See you around.
Waits for y'all to leave and just closes the door.
What a nice guy.
He is very pleasant.
Oh, opens the door. It's gonna be dark. If you need somewhere safe to set camp, you're gonna want to go. Kind of thinks for a second. 15 minutes west off the road, and you'll find the Grovar Lagoon. Primo
much.
camping spot. And I close the door. Poof.
Good night. Sleep tight. Do not let the big bugs bite.
Oh, the giant bed bugs and ticks don't come this far.
What?
All right, whoever's staying up and keeping an eye out, keep a fresh eye out for those types of things. We don't want no bed bugs or leeches on us or ticks.
I agree.
You can all easily make it to the ground. The kids are starting to get are getting scolded and told to go to bed and stop throwing rocks at people. But you eventually get back down to your wagon with Cornelius. Cornelius is just super stoned.
So we just head back to the city of Embers and we head to, where was it? Port what?
So,
If you're looking at the map,
Now we just head west.
yeah.
We'll get to it. There's a road west. We just head west,
Yes.
and there are a couple landmarks. I'm sure I'll remember when I hear it again. Probably on a sign along the way.
Right.
You guys going straight to City of Embers then, or are you gonna stop by that lagoon and set up camp?
It's getting
think-
dark, right?
we're gonna,
It's-
we're gonna
at
camp
this point,
the lagoon.
I'll
I
say
think.
you talk to that guy for 10 minutes. It's 7:30, so it's dark in
Yeah.
this region.
That's good.
Is
Cool.
is Pashan, is the ley line person Pashan, are they in the city of Embers?
The last,
That's it.
nope. You remember they teleported to a school
yeah.
with
Yeah, they went
hung
to
out with this gnome.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
they went
right.
to do a
They went off.
heist. That we were like, nah, fam.
Maybe we can go to their headquarters. They have a headquarters, I imagine, and relay
yes,
the information that we have acquired regarding the Marrow Deeps.
Yes, we
line?
could pass on a message.
Yeah, that would be courteous, but we definitely don't have to.
Well, we said we
I-
would.
Yes, it's only a matter of stopping by the institute before we head west.
All right.
I could do it if you don't feel comfortable doing it, Grin.
No, it's fine. It's just like.
Are we
It's
gonna
kinda
spend a few
weird.
days? What's the plan when we get there? Are we just stopping in? Can we take a day or two?
I say we head out.
I meant
I don't know about you guys, but this is fun.
I just want to stop by the bookstore once we get there, and then we can
Sam.
the tomes and
Resupply.
something.
We would possibly need new potions if the sword
Equivalent
is in.
to.
Ah, we got stuff.
Grin, part of venturing out is you have to be prepared.
Yeah, of course.
And
But
we,
we went and got those breathing potions because we didn't know about the.
I don't want to experience that
totem.
again.
well,
That was not bad.
we have to pass through the city anyway, and I imagine by the time we're there, Torger's commission will be done as well.
But that's valid.
That's
Look,
true.
look, yeah, well, we can put some of the gold from Ernest to acquiring a means of keeping us safe and alive, because they were kind of in charge of that. They healed a lot of us, so
Yeah, here's hoping one of us can, take on that.
you did some healing, I saw, didn't you?
I can heal, but I can't resurrect people.
I can learn something that's close to resurrection, but it's not really the same.
Cool.
Your person will be around, but
That's fine.
I haven't worked out the soul part yet.
Yeah, sometimes when I thinks about it real hard, after about 15 minutes, when I gets a nosebleed, it stops. So I'm pretty good.
That's just natural body healing, Torger.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't know.
As you're all walking through the
I
jungle,
do.
as you're all walking through the
Turtle's
jungle,
got a high platelet count.
Vonkar's missing.
No.
He is?
No.
Oh, I was like, what? That's why Sam left?
Because Sam dropped out. I thought it'd be funny to
Yeah.
say that. It doesn't take
Alright.
long. So you're going to the lagoon, or are you just going straight to the city? The city is like 2 days away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I,
I
think
mean,
camp at the lagoon.
It's late at night. Might as well.
Yeah.
No reason to walk it. No reason to travel at night and be vulnerable.
But traveling at night in a jungle is the most fun. Okay, cool.
I've seen Jumanji.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Jurassic Park. So
I saw a cool video on how they made the T-Rex roar earlier today. Sorry.
it's great. Lions and stuff and elephant noises. As you
Baby elephant.
Yeah, it's great. As you about 15 minutes of walking through the jungle off the road, but enough of like a path so you can bring the wagon and Cornelius. You come to a large lagoon that fills out a large area of a clearing, with a cascading waterfall splashing down into the water, causing this cool mist to spread outward. The lagoon looks deep and is surrounded by colorful large flowers, including some flowers whose petals shimmer as if made from gold. And like all around you can hear the gentle croaking of frogs coming from the trees and the water itself, and there is a rather good view of the sky above, as the canopy is non-existent in this clearing. So night sky, stars, and everything, and then just a nice like lagoon with colorful flowers. You were warned about this lagoon before. That's the colorful flowers. Some of them they recommend not to touch.
Well, you talking to the wrong person.
And you just hear
Reminder,
hear
don't
frogs
touch
like.
the flowers.
Antyr has their herbalism kit and pulls on their leather gloves
Nice.
and gets their little tweezers.
Okay.
Gonna walk over to the gold glowy.
Okay. As you approach the gold glowy
I
flower,
just imagine Antyr just looking like kind of intimidating at first, but then as they get excited and start approaching that stuff, they just look cute as a fucking button.
It's like, you know that
Because
gif.
they're just like, yay!
You know that gif of the deer taking
Yeah.
off, and then it's like
Yeah.
like that in reverse.
Um,
It's like,
but as you approach the golden flower and you get up close to it, it kind of like blossoms and opens up.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
And this. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Shink. Little clippers.
Okay. The flower, as you cut the flower, it lets out a blood-curdling scream.
Antyr grabs it like this.
I love that.
It's just like a muffled.
That
It's just,
Antyr
it's just a muffled scream in your palm. Just. And it just starts like seeping out this like red fluid out of the stem.
Smells it.
It smells like pomegranate juice, almost would be the best way to describe it.
like iron.
And Antyr's gonna get a little vial and start to squeeze
Okay.
and fill.
A bunch of like clot-like stuff comes out too. Just.
Ooh, is this actually one of the plants that Pashans was telling us
No.
about? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because they said that we asked them, and they said that
elder
there's plants that
something.
went north. Yeah.
Shit, what's it called?
Then the other flowers around you, Antyr, the other golden petal ones, all start to like open up now. Just.
Well, if there's one, there's more. Chip repeats the process
Okay.
for a couple. He's trying to fill up that vial with
Sure,
this.
easily done. But
Pomegranate.
every time you snip one, it lets out a scream.
And then
Trying to muffle it until it dies.
And yeah, you just the only noises you hear are that intermixed with
Smothering.
all you hear is intermixed of muffled screaming from these plants that Antyr's
I-
harvesting, and then just like.
and Antyr looks like they are having like it's just okay.
Did not have flower smothering on my campaign bingo card.
Well, if it's me, add it to it. There's crabs at one point now.
Antyr,
Butterflies.
as you're doing this,
Yes.
You feel like a tingling sensation in your hands, and little portions of your gloves have been eaten away.
Papa,
What do you want? I'm eating.
my gloves are broken.
Gets up, wanders over, and puts his hand out for you to put your hand in his. Starts casting mending. What are you doing that is eating away at this fabric? Is it pomegranates?
The ground around Antyr is like littered with crushed
Um,
golden.
Are you sure
Weirdly-
these are not acidic flowers?
you can see tender like blades of grass in this vicinity. Some of the blades of grass are like bending down and licking, like they're like brushing up against the fluid, and the fluid's disappearing as they do. Like they're like these tiny little blades of grass in sections are consuming that fluid.
Probably a delicacy for them. This place is odd. I didn't think I would be.
Just like this constant, and then just the constant noise of croaking. It just doesn't stop. Trees from the trees and from the water. Just
Do you think this is like the tadpole pool?
I don't know.
They're
Have
like
to look
frog
around.
people.
Can we see any
no,
like we can't see the origin of the
no. You just hear it.
Croaking?
It's all around.
I would assume that a place like that would be kept very well protected within the confines of the village.
Just constant. Just.
I want to take 10 minutes to go look for a specific like direction of the sound.
It's like I said. It's every single direction.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like you hear
wanna follow a
one from
specific
one
one?
over here or one from one
Okay.
over here, right?
Sure.
So I'm just gonna take 10 minutes to see if I can find
All right.
a frog or something that's making the frog
All
like
right.
noise.
Those also gonna like get in the process of starting to cast Tiny Hut in the back of the wagon again, like they did before. Oh wait, yeah, it's a ritual spell, right? Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, they're gonna start casting Tiny Hut. Yeah, anybody else doing anything for the 10 minutes that like these two things are going on?
I think I'm gonna hang out by Antyr still and
Okay, just
fix
hang
their
out,
gloves
hang out with the
whenever they
screaming,
need mending.
with the screaming flowers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flies next
Typically,
to
I
it.
prefer to
You
work with.
murderer! I can't believe you!
Fill the vial. Fill the vial.
Still, I need that.
This is-
Come on.
Man, casting speak with plants would be brutal right now.
Is it
This is why
necessary?
I
They're already
prefer to-
talking.
Vonkar, you doing anything for 10 minutes? Torger, you doing anything for these 10 minutes? It just basically looks like everyone's kind of setting up camp and getting ready for the lay down.
Mhm.
But yeah, Vonkar, anything for you?
Vonkar is basically just like, find if there's like a tree he can lean on, just
Oh,
like
absolutely.
taking a minute and just leaning on a tree and just looking out
Okay.
over the water.
A lot of trees that like grow like actually no trees grow close to the lagoon because it's a clear canopy, but like the furthest trees maybe like 20 feet out.
Okay, or just standing there. Like if there's one like close, he would, but otherwise, or like a rock or something, he can just like
Sure.
put 1 foot up on, and he's basically just looking out over the water and
Okay.
just kind of doing his own personal,
You
like
can-
just thinking
yeah.
about Leek and his time with us, and just keeping him in his thoughts.
You can easily find like a nice little boulder that's like smoothed out almost. You sit on it, you just look out and hang out. And...
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's sit and more just like it's like the Captain Morgan pose, just like
Okay, cool.
1 foot up and kind of leaning forward. On,
your
like,
foot kind of goes like this into the boulder a little bit, just.
Well, that's not supposed to happen.
Just like a really soft, pliable rock. Like it's stone, but it just feels weirdly soft and pliable.
Take my foot off that. Stand next to it.
And there's just like an imprint where your foot was.
I like that.
And then just slowly just reforms.
It's slow. Yeah, I like that.
It's like a memory foam rock.
Mhm.
Yeah, real soft.
Great pillow, right?
Torger, you doing anything for these 10 minutes?
I'm gonna do some backflips.
Perfect.
Nice and
Athletics checks,
fun.
please.
Yeah,
Acrobatics.
absolutely.
Like those 8-year-old gymnasts who just do 30 backflips and back handsprings in a
Yeah,
row.
acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
I'm gonna do acrobatics, but it's more like what Master Splinter forces the Ninja Turtles to do when they're bad.
Sure. I just
They're
want you to
the
roll a
bad
1
turtles.
so you can reenact that one video of the guy doing like ninja moves on webcam and he just face
You know what?
plants.
I got a 9,
Okay.
but I did roll a 1.
Oh, perfect.
But I got a 9.
Perfect.
But I did roll a 1.
The first backflip's rough. You kind of like land on your knees. But then the other backflips after that are like peak performance. You're like Jean-Claude Van Damme, just peak performance.
Big splits.
Big splits. Alright. Yeah, Grin, you follow the source of this croaking noise. And it just brings you to like a tree. Like a weird tree. Like that's like covered in like looks like warts. Just
I'm gonna circle it a couple times, see if I notice anything
just a tree covered
hazardous.
It's a tree covered in weird warts and making noises.
Yes. Is it coming from the warts? Like, is there like air?
It sounds like it's coming from the tree itself.
Yeah, like I said, if I circle around it, do I learn anything? Can I?
A croaking noise coming from a tree is about it.
Okay. What if I look up, look into the branches? What kind of leaves does it have, if it has any?
The leaves are like sickle shaped and like kind of like a neon green, almost turquoise color.
Okay. If I look on the ground where there are like, are there any fallen like branches of the tree?
There are like the occasional like animal footprint, like not squirrels. There won't be squirrels here. Like jungle rats, like footprints from like the occasional jungle rat that have been like dragged. Like as soon as they get close enough to the tree, something like drags
in the
them
direction of the tree.
in the direction of the tree.
So there's like drag marks on the ground in
Towards
the
the
direction
tree.
of the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grin's probably just gonna be like, oh,
Does an 18 hit? So like one of the little like warts opens up and a tiny little spiked tendril hits you in the torso
Yeah, that hits me.
for 6 piercing damage.
Owie!
And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw to see if you're restrained.
All right, let's see.
Just because it goes like right through.
Ooh, that's a 2.
It goes right through your sternum, just and out the back. And there's like
That's my rib cage.
and there's like a little barbed tendril that pulls you right up against the tree and into the tree. And inside the tree you just see like a bunch of like weird shapes. And you just hear the croaking is now silenced. And kind of like pressed up like inside the tree is this weird like lemur looking thing with like long tendrily like barbed fingers, and it's like making these like natural warts in the trees, and when it touches the tree and like rubs its fingers on it, it makes like a croaking noise.
Ooh.
And then it just looks at you with this wide grin full of sharp teeth, like impossibly wide. Just looks at you, frowns, pulls you off the tendril, just looks at you, and just throws you out of the tree through like one of the wart holes. Just and before you get tossed out, you can just see like small little like furry animal carcasses at the bottom, and you're gonna assume this thing just doesn't want to eat you. You're not its type, and just throws you out of the tree. But now you have like this tiny little hole in your torso where blood is just like.
Ow!
And then that croaking noise just comes back. Just.
He's gonna like touch that, give himself some. He's gonna do all 10 of his lay on hands.
Okay.
Oh.
And you can see like more trees in the vicinity have those warts on it. So there's definitely more of those weird lemur things living in these trees. Everybody else is you would know definitely everybody else in the party is safe from those things because
Yeah.
they're big.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're definitely not its cup of tea though, so you're fine.
Alright. Fair game, I guess. I'm gonna keep an eye out for you in the future. Dang.
Uh-huh. Can I want to study that sound and see if I can recreate it.
It sounds exactly like a croaking frog.
Yeah.
Okay, you can spend some time figuring that out.
Okay.
I mean, you're hearing it the entire time, flying towards it. That count. So
Cool. Yeah, I want to make sure that that's committed to memory and that I can try to like, kind of mimic it in some way.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
And then you just kind of fly back to the makeshift campsite at the lagoon.
Yeah.
Okay. You all, yeah. Okay. Grin rejoins everybody who's kind of done their thing at this point. And as you come back, the tiny hut is just in the back of the wagon.
Roger. I think it's time.
So you've decided on what kinds of tattoo you want?
I thought it was the victor's choice.
Thug life on the knuckles.
It's really hard not to put a Po Buddy's Nerfect right across your chest.
We don't want to lie.
Oh. Oh. Calling the thunder right now.
Look, the only limitations that I have are the placements. They cannot be on my arms, or my upper chest, those are reserved, or my back.
Oh, face tats.
Oh yes, definitely not on my face, my neck, behind my ear,
Oh, just a
on
nowhere.
my ear.
I'm just thinking of
Groin is
all
off
the
limits,
fun. I'm thinking of
ass
all
is
the
on
fun
limits.
belly button stuff you can do right now.
No, let's just say you can do thigh. That's it. Your limits is thigh. You can pick whichever one you want.
I can't do this.
My limits are
Completely
everything
run out.
except.
Yeah.
To be fair, consent where you get a tattoo is key.
Yeah.
Do you have purple?
How the fuck
Oh,
should I know?
jeez. Let me see your colors that you have.
Well, looking at the art, it looks like all the tattoos are black. But hey.
So far.
Yeah, but Torger
but he
did
also
buy
got
like a
a
variety
paint
pack,
set.
right?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. You bought a bunch of colored inks. That's right.
All right.
He doesn't know what
um,
color they
Let
are.
me look.
Oh, yeah.
Antyr's gonna try to look for purple, and is gonna attempt to match, like, do a color match to their current tattoos, which are like a
Yeah.
like a royal purple color.
Okay. Easily done. If Torger allows it.
Yeah, that will be the case in point.
Yeah, no, this can
This
choose
is a
what-
specific gray color that I like.
Yeah, whatever Gray use wants.
It's purple
It's-
for reference.
Yeah, purple's gray, blue's gray, green's gray. Just
Gray's
got a bunch of
gray.
gray. Yeah.
Well, we have the color here if you need it.
Okay.
Andrew's going to. I don't know the best way to do this. All right. Trousers are off.
Magic Mike style.
Whip.
They're all Velcro, actually. All
No.
of Andrew's clothes.
Velcro clothes.
Simply tearaway pants. Whole wardrobe.
Tearaway-
Actually,
tearaway
actually,
socks.
all of Andrew's clothes are
Those.
painted on. Y'all have been full bamboozled.
Oh,
Wow.
In this
That's
humid
an
jungle
impressive
heat
the whole
tuck.
time.
in this humid jungle, there'd be no
Yeah.
paint
It's
left.
actually a little miniature bag of holding.
You can't. Huh, how you? Huh? That's a weird looking coin purse.
Why is it directly center.
Torger's clothes just yawn off of him with stink lines. Just
Oh, get out of here, guys.
Antyr's gonna keep their whatever leg exposed.
all right. So you wants to get a You wants to get a leg tattoo.
I mean, it's the only place that isn't gonna be actively visible.
Okay, well, you better keep winning.
Doe's gonna say Torger with a heart, like do a heart with Torger's name in it.
What?
I don't know.
Listen, I don't force love. You've got to want love. I'm a prize.
#1 Torger fan.
No, I was. What I saw an animal that's perfect for you. I saw the perfect animal in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it, and I've seen it in real times. All right, so I'm going to make this animal, and I'm going to put it on there for you. Okay, and then I'm gonna drop the animal in chat.
Okay.
Oh
And
no.
But
And
I
then-
can describe it for you.
And then you're gonna give me a dexterity check for your with proficiency bonus to see how steady your hand is at doing this tattoo. And God, do I hope it's bad. Everyone's had a bad tattoo though, so it's fun.
mhm.
Never been tatted or pierced.
Oh, yeah.
Let's all talk about our fun private piercings.
bragger.
Hold the number
Private
7, and I'm not
piercing.
going to clarify what it refers to.
I have Sugar Daddy
Wait.
tattooed on my knuckles.
Nice.
That wouldn't fit.
Wait, not letter. Just
Spelled
how
it
many
wrong.
Fingers.
I spelled it wrong.
It's only one.
Sugar.
SUGRDADY.
So I made a D&D character that had Uncle tattooed on his
Nice.
knuckles, but it was UNKL. He was a Gorillon. So let's it's a hairy rhino, like a Siberian rhinoceros.
cool.
Nice. Siberian, is it the Siberian unicorn?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna get pictures of this thing.
We're
But-
about to hop into break, so you can do that during the break. Just
Yeah, hell yeah.
Beautiful.
But give you that dex check.
yeah, and add your proficiency bonus.
Um,
Please be bad. Please be bad. Please, please, please,
All
please,
right.
please.
so it's just a dex check.
Yep, and then just add your
then
proficiency
plus
bonus, which should be
three,
+3.
yeah.
So whatever your dex modifier is, and then add 3 to it.
Okay, so it's a 10.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. 10's an average tattoo.
Yeah, so it's not as cutesy. It doesn't have the anime lines that I usually add to things when I make them real cutesy.
But I'll say there's a little. With a 10, probably not as gentle as you could be. And
Like it
and
pinches?
it's in the thigh meat, so like
Yeah, it's rough.
Inner thigh or outer thigh?
No, it's front thigh. It's right on the top. It's not. I'm not trying.
Ooh, that's
Inner
so-
thigh.
Does the horn does the horn point up in a certain angle?
That's the thing.
Doesn't have one.
It's a horn that hooks front.
So it actually points down.
An impotent horn. No, it's a regular horn, boy.
But,
It's a regular horn.
yeah,
And
you-
I get that. I'll get you that. I'll hook
you
up that
tattoo Antyr's thigh.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say tattoos take a long time to do though, so I'll say a
Yeah, they
tattoo's
do.
another hour.
Especially with it's got to be a stick and poke, right? Because there's no tattoo gun.
Yeah, but the dexterity. I'm
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
dexterous as a person.
Actually, if you do like the Pacific,
I was
style, like where
imagining
you've got the
yeah.
little
I was,
tapper thing. Yeah,
I was
yeah.
imagining a tattoo gun, but yeah, it would be like the
yeah,
yeah,
by hand.
oh, even worse.
Not one of those things that do like 1,000 stabs a second or whatever.
So more than an hour. We're gonna say 2.
Do you ever have one of those
So
silly
Leek,
little like?
Dope will retroactively not cast Tiny Hut.
Do you know those like things that like they have two hands and they like clap like a dig 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 dig? They're
Yeah.
like really annoying. Like imagine that, but with a needle in the middle of it, so it just so if you
Oh,
can get your
that's
hand
gonna feel
going the
great.
right way. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, a tattoo is
Oh,
essentially
wow.
just cutting
Yeah.
and ripping something.
Yep.
Giving yourself ink poisoning over and over again.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
there,
dope as shit.
Yeah.
there you go, Antyr. You got a
That's
tattoo.
Antyr probably grimaced because of the style of tattoo, but Antyr's taking it like a fucking champ. He's
Perfect.
tatted up already.
It's true. But yeah, I'd say about 2 hours to do that tattoo, and I'll say near the end of the tattoo, that's when Tiny Hut's gonna go up. Cool. Because you're looking at 9:45 at night.
Nice. That looks sick.
Doe's
Oh, that
just-
reminds me of the
Nice,
Mudhorn.
yeah.
oh, one of those
Yeah,
things. Hell yeah. Doe's just gonna immediately pass out in the tiny hut. Just they got walloped all day. Yeah, they're going to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Okay, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny hut.
Antyr's going to do knock and atrophy
Excellent.
into the. Actually, he's going to feed atrophy, the atrophy spell scroll to Cypher Sworn,
Okay.
and then
Oh, yeah.
do the knock. Yeah, do knock. So kind of a trade off. So
Okay.
he'll.
Chomp, 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 chomp. No
This is like
speaking
the
today.
best time to fucking do the spells because I take hit. Oh, and I have 10 hit points. So
Yeah, you just soak it up. Yeah.
I'll add those.
The Cypher Sworn just sighs with enjoyment.
You deserved it.
You just feel like an itching, like a weird, cool itching sensation in the back of your head. But not like a bad one. It's like a nice little comforting itching a scratch. Or scratching an itch. Anyone keeping watch, or is everyone just passing the fuck out?
Yeah, we got a tiny hut.
All right.
Pass out.
Hopper's gonna keep watch for a little bit.
Okay. Cool.
Just keep an eye out for the bed bugs.
Oh, the bed bugs and the giant ticks.
Yeah.
Ticks.
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone kind of goes to sleep. Hoppy, you're there by yourself.
hmm
You eventually you can hear like jungle noises in the distance. Like that croaking is still ever present. At one point, you hear a monkey just let out a blood curdling scream. That's like immediately stopped. Like done. In the distance, you can hear like impact tremors in the distance, like far in the distance. You can see the water of the lagoon like ripple. And eventually you go to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody can mark off a long rest, and as we're about to go to break. Cool. You're all woken up by something moving around in the wagon. Roughly around the time the long rest ends, you're all like woken up to like moving and shifting, and then a voice going, "What the hell? No, wrong voice. Hold on. Pardon me. Hold on. Well, that's not right. What the fuck are all these assholes doing with my shit? No." You hear like more footfalls, like really light footfalls in the wagon, and like things shifting around, and you all slowly come to the noise. You just don't see the thing moving around yet.
Excuse-moi.
Oh shit!
Who are you and what are you doing in our
As you
wagon?
all come to, you can see standing upright in the wagon, looking directly at you, wide-eyed, is Cabbage.
Ah.
Oh my god.
And that's where we're gonna go to break.
Fucking cabbage.
Huh? Cabbage? What the hell is he doing here?
My cabbages.
My cabbage. Oh.
So we'll go to break there. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Long rest, everybody, though. Mark it off. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Market 8, dude.
Hell yeah.
So you're all woken up. The sun is just about rising. It's there. It's daybreak. Just daybreak. And you're all woken up to Cabbage standing up in the wagon. Why are you all in my home? Very confusing. I don't let strangers into my home.
Alright, Cabbage, we gotta get some shit straight.
Who is Cabbage?
That's you.
No,
I
my
mean-
name is Lionel.
What?
Interesting. First of all, that's a wagon, so I don't know where.
Looks at you. I don't remember hiring an old man.
I'm very confused.
Excuse me? Hiring?
Yes, I have people that work for me. They run the winery.
Who do you think you are?
Ah, allow me to introduce myself. I am Lionel Montsosa.
Mhm.
We just dig
Alright.
out some old notes real quick.
Do the arms attached to this guy have any interesting tattoos on them?
Oh my god,
I-
Justin!
Lionel Montsosa of the Montsosa estate. Wait a minute. Have you all seen my son, Vernon?
No.
Hmm.
No, we have not.
Looks
I
around.
do not know
How did I get?
who
This doesn't
who are
look
you
like.
talking about.
Actually, this is a, early morning. The winds haven't really picked up yet. Let's have a go look at the water. See your reflection here.
All right, I do need to wash my face.
You're looking kind of dingy.
Looks at you, and you're looking
Respectfully.
rather. Your clothes are a terrible style.
Just wait. Just wait, Lionel. I hope you are excited
They're
to see the clothes you're wearing.
2'3".
I mean,
2'3".
you might think Antyr's clothes are out of style, but like, give it 100
Ugh.
years, they come back.
Looks
they're
up-
into style. Come
looks
back
at all.
out of style.
Just as
that's
like-
all.
Yeah, 2'3", so they're looking at everybody. Oh god, you're all monstrously tall. Have you all thought about having work done to fix that?
What, like
Grin,
chop
don't you
my
fly
legs?
around naked? How do you have an opinion on people's clothes?
Hey, I got eyes.
But Lionel will take a stroll towards the lagoon with Grin. Yes, of course, little strange one. And then just kind
Antyr,
of,
I got eyes. I can see what looks good and what doesn't look good.
they kind of just like,
Do any
That's
of
why
you
I
know,
don't bother with clothes.
they just
Do
like,
any of you know who this man is?
you all would have heard of.
What?
No. And
I think Cabbage is just going through some stuff.
Was
Von-
Vernon?
Vonkar would know about Monsosa's finest, the wine. But
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah, you would.
but what's your question?
Was Vernon the first Stormlord?
Correctamundo.
I was gonna say because I checked my notes and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's none of Ash's immediate family.
Yeah.
There's no one I named. So, I
So,
was trying to remember
he-
what other.
Wanders over to the lagoon, his little teddy bear feet walking over, and he looks in. And just silent.
Yeah,
Take it in.
yeah, soak it in.
Which one of you is the witch?
We know of a hag.
Looks at Antyr. Yes, you do. And points towards Antyr. You're the hag, correct?
And I did that to you, so just be warned.
Did you do it to my son as well? Vernon?
Probably. That's why you have two different color eyes.
I remember now. I met you in the Feywild. You dastardly creature.
Mhm. You keep talking to me like that, then I'll show you dastardly.
You told me where I could find my son.
Where I
Well,
can tell you to find
promise
some
that-
manners.
Promise to help me find my son. Oh my
You
god.
know, I would. Grin just leans over to Torger. You know, I would correct him, but this is really entertaining.
I had 12 children.
That's quite a bit.
Well,
With what poor woman?
Poor mother.
Yeah.
I clearly did not always look like this. That is confusing. Regardless,
It's how you looked on the inside, Lionel, let's be honest.
regardless, I am Lionel Monsoza. Don't know how I got here, but I am here nonetheless. You all look rather poor. You could use my money, my wealth, which I have none of, it looks like, as he's checking his pockets.
May I ask you a question,
Of course.
Monsieur Monsoza?
Strange one.
What year do you think it is?
It is the year. Good question. Give me a sec. 995 AC.
So we are in a completely different era, just so you know.
Okay, how long ago was that?
You have been gone for, I'm assuming, generations?
I didn't do the math on this. Good question.
It is because
1,000
he's the
plus.
first-
He's real old. He's the first of the
he's
Monsoza.
like the progenitor of Ash's family.
His father, just for fun facts, his father started the Monsoza's Finest winery. So Lionel's father started the winery.
It's so funny that this Monsoza's wine and the family is just tied to a bunch of bad decisions.
Yeah, why not? It's fun.
First.
They're
Ash's family is
Sam,
cursed.
Sam, how do you feel about this creation of yours?
Honestly, like it's one of those things that I did not think would be the most
Cursed
enduring
bloodline.
thing I've ever created for a character.
Regardless, I must be quite old.
So, just to sum up how we came across you, you once belonged to our friend who has recently passed away, and you, for a time, were an inanimate comfort toy who occasionally came to life and spewed out fireballs.
Interesting. These words you speak, strange one.
I do have a name if you would care to ask.
Oh, yes, thank you. Introductions are in order. I am Lionel Monsoza.
We've heard it. 100% we've heard it.
2'3", looks like he weighs about 2 pounds.
Vonkar, have you ever played football?
Maybe.
Your foot looks like it's prime for kicking.
I would like to know all your names of my associates.
I'm Grin, and just so you know, you're kind of property of this hag, so, you know, we're not gonna get too happy with you for a while. I mean, we gotta turn you back in. That was like one of the last requests of our friend, was to return his possessions.
Memories are coming
Ernest
back.
did request that we keep Cabbage with us.
Oh, wonderful. It seems we are bonded
But that
allies.
does not mean we have to not tell Antigoso about the new situation of Cabbage.
That name does ring a bell. I think she was the one was going to help me find my son.
Oh, thanks, Hopper. I forgot.
What's your son's
He's
name?
alright.
My son's name is Vernon Monsoza. Well, one of my sons.
One of 12.
Wait, wasn't your father Vernon?
What?
You named your son after your father?
No. My
That's not
son's name is
uncommon.
Vernon. My father's name is Stelfetz.
Still
Bless
thoughts.
Of course.
You say bless you?
Well, seems I owe you all a life debt, it would seem.
Yes. Well, yes. No.
Do you have
You're
applicable
the last step.
skills?
I believe I do. You know, this form, I can feel it has power.
Do something.
Okay, we're gonna roll randomly for this and see what he does.
Oh no.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm talking about something that we've seen throw countless fire
Let me focus.
everywhere.
Focuses. And from high up in the sky you hear meh. As a 30-foot radius cone of sheep begin to plummet from the sky.
Get out of the way!
And the sheep begin to hit the ground and explode into
Oh,
fireworks.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Vonkar was gonna try it. Vonkar was gonna to go bonus action giant size and start trying to catch them.
Yeah, you could. And as each sheep, do you try to catch a sheep?
Yeah.
Strength saving throw.
Okay.
As he casts a spell called
It is.
Bleeding Bombardment.
Oh, bleating, not bleeding. That's
Bleating, yeah.
funny. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, just this like 30-foot radius of sheep just begin to fall from the sky and explode and turn into fireworks when they explode.
25 on the strength save.
25.
Ooh.
So you take half damage and are not knocked
Okay.
prone by the falling sheep.
Any way I could run out of the way of those?
Yeah, easily.
Try and dodge.
Volkar, you take 6 bludgeoning damage
Oh,
as a sheep hits you and then explodes into fireworks.
oh, that was unexpected.
And then it stops after about a minute. See, of course, I have potent abilities. Looks, you can see he's like looking around to see if more sheep don't fall from the sky, like making sure. Potent abilities.
And you are fully in control of those abilities?
Yes, of course.
You seemed a little unsure.
Cool. I am quite in touch with my abilities. That was a 19 deception check.
Hey, I believe
Can I
it
try
passively.
an insight?
I'll roll insight.
Go for it.
Passively, yeah.
Anybody can roll insight checks if they want. You gotta beat a 19.
That's not good.
Oh, I got an 18.
No.
Ah.
This teddy bear who just woke up, in control.
Totally knows what he's doing,
Can
guys.
call down sheep from the sky. Which is a
Yeah,
homebrew spell
guys.
anybody can have if you're a wizard or sorcerer, I believe.
Oh.
So Antyr
shit.
you could have bleeding bombardment as a spell.
It reminds me of a Oblivion quest.
Yep.
Oh
So, what are all your names? I've met
my god, that was so long ago.
Grin.
Yep, that's me.
What are your names?
I'm Vonkar Eldsaga. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
I
Yeah,
am-
my name's Torger Otrson.
It's good to meet you as well.
I am Hopper Thimblefoot, Chevalier de Garde Verte.
Whenever each of you introduce yourself, he does like a little noble, like a little bow, one hand and
Oh.
one hand out, and just does like a little nobleman's bow for every introduction.
Grin will
I don't bow
reciprocate.
back.
Yeah, Grin
I-
will reciprocate though.
Hopper does not. He does not respect this man whatsoever.
Perfect. Then looks does it for everybody, then looks to Antyr, and your name.
Antyr.
Does the same bow to you.
I preferred you when you didn't say things, Cabbage.
My name is Lionel, but I understand you seem like you might not have the best sort of memory. We will work on that.
We should.
Yes, of course.
Alright, well, Lionel, just so you're brought up to speed, we're heading south.
Wonderful.
You might be a little out of the loop. We're heading south to a big city, and then we're gonna head west, and we're gonna find a sword.
Perfect.
I don't know if you are... Oh, you're just fine with that?
Of course.
You know you're kind of out of time, right? Like,
That's all right. I assume I will find answers along the way. The
Yeah, so you
mysteries
said-
to my past.
and so you said you were gonna drop by the library on the way? Once we get to town?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, why don't you take,
No.
Lionel
I
here?
would Perfect.
So we
prefer-
can catch up on the...
That sounds like a
on
noble
history.
quest.
Yeah, there we go.
And don't worry, I'm
Lionel,
in...
why don't you, when
I
you
can-
get to town, you should hang out with Antyr. And
That
go to the-
sounds wonderful, Grin. And you see, I'm an expert in winemaking, so maybe I will make us a wine occasionally.
Garrett, you little shit stirrer.
Yeah.
Tell me, Antyr, do you enjoy wine? You look like
No.
the sort that... Oh,
At all, I
interesting.
never do. It's vile and it tastes like acrid, old grapes.
Oh, you must be one of them. That's fine.
A person with
And
taste,
here's-
unlike you.
Antyr suddenly becomes a hard cider drinker.
Yeah.
Twisted tea
It's
and...
it's a seltzer. He's a seltzer kind of guy. Kind of
Well, well, my noble companions.
Only White Claws from here on out.
Ain't no law against a white claw.
True.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws.
Regardless, my noble companions, lead the way and I shall follow.
Dying.
And just kind of crawls up into the back of the wagon and just sits down.
You know,
All right, let's go,
Lionel.
Nightmare Teddy Bear.
Lionel, if you're going to be traveling with us, it is customary, if you are part of the group, to assist in the setting up and striking of camps. So,
Of course.
I believe at the very least, you could help us pick up our camp.
I will admit I'm not as used to it. I usually had people living in my home that would do it for me, but yes, I shall
Seems like it
assist.
sometimes.
And he clambers out of the wagon again, which is a struggle to get both in and out for him.
Mhm.
Point me in the right direction.
I'm just gonna start handing a bunch of the used firewood from the fire,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just charcoal now. I'm just gonna start handing it to him to see what he does with it.
Interesting. I could use this. It also seems like he can barely carry it.
Like he's very weak.
Like he has 4 strength.
Ooh.
Amazing.
Good thing charcoal isn't very dense.
Yeah.
Then just like throws it in the lagoon. Perfect.
One way to clean up.
You can all easily clean up the
Yeah.
camp. He doesn't exactly provide much help in that regard because he can barely carry anything.
We're
Well,
headed
we're
back
heading
to the
north.
city. Mhm.
Okay.
2 days.
Whenever you're ready, Cornelius.
Oh yeah, anytime. Ah. And Cornelius just starts like pulling the wagon back to the road and down the road. Oh joy! It's also pouring rain as you set out.
Oh, right.
Oh yay! I like that. Sorry. Grin doesn't. What I do.
And then yeah, the wagon just starts pulling along the road back towards the city of Embers. Yeah. We don't need to go over everything again on the road, every single location and encounter along the way, because we did it on the way there.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for that thing that split that beast in half.
Oh yeah, sure. That was just outside of the city, so you still got a ways to go. That'd be
Okay.
like on the end of the Lionel just doesn't speak during the first bit because he doesn't like the rain. This rain is ruining my clothes, even though they're ruined already. Yeah. The Monceau is a bloodline. Blame Sam.
Alright. Gang?
Just kind of like huddles everybody together, but when Lionel gets close, he just like face palms him.
Oh,
away.
Lionel wouldn't even get close.
No.
So.
You can't facepalm him. You're like your wingspan is like
Yeah,
8
your
inches.
hands-
Yeah.
Like this, like
Alright, gang. So, what are we doing? I mean, obviously we know what we're gonna do. But what are we gonna do about this guy?
don't they have family that they keep talking about? We could just drop
I
them
mean-
off in the city and say that your family's somewhere there.
The name is like on all the most expensive wines. I don't know if I mean there's bound to be another family that has Monsorzo, but he's got the the high nose, so to speak. That He could be a Paladin.
Maybe we. Oh, you know who we still haven't.
He also
Arthur
makes
would
it
weave.
rains. He makes it rains sheep. So he's like, if we ever gets into a fight and then he just goes boom and sheep comes out of the sky, like literally cut like any fight we have in half,
Well,
but with sheep.
I mean, he mentioned he was. Yeah, he mentioned he was. He had seen a hag before. Should we, maybe bring him to the hag we know?
Yeah. Well, how far out of the way is that from our path to the sword that we're looking for? To the
Right away is the opposite direction.
It is a couple days, possibly a week at least.
Well, no, we were closer when we were in Tanbrook. And we'll be
Were
moving
we?
the other way.
Yeah, Tanbrook is way closer. I don't
Oh,
have.
yeah,
I don't.
we
ha-
were.
I don't have DM locations on the map. That's a DM location.
Yeah, I thought Auntie Gothels was on when we split
No.
the red split after the ravine, she was on the
No.
left side instead of the right. Okay. That's my bad.
We'll just. I mean, we did make a promise to Leek to keep cabbage around, and even though visually they're cabbage, I don't know what Antigothel did to incur the soul of whoever this person is into this creature.
As
Oh.
much as it pains me to say, it may be more of a mercy to give this Lionel a trial run. Perhaps bring him to the depths, the reef. See how he does in a real situation before turning him into Anticoastal, who made him this way.
I think
Oh,
that's fair.
I mean, she might not if there's other hags in the world, so.
Yeah. A generalization there, Hopper.
I mean, it's still possible, certainly, but I'm just,
I mean, it's,
And
it's
also, how
incredibly
much-
we
likely.
have.
I
We
mean,
also
like,
got to think of the potential amount of like sheep damage that this thing could bring into battle. Like, I mean, how many? What happens? What if he could make a sheep's that could eat like a whole like wagon in one sheep bite?
you're
I'm
really
sure-
caught up in the sheep thing,
You
aren't you?
are.
I am
What, you
curious
haven't
what a
seen a sheep
sheep's will.
before, Torger.
One day it throws fire, one day it's sheep's. What's
Yeah.
next?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what a sheep's worth of damage is.
Yeah, Vonkar, did it hurt when that thing blew up in your face?
I mean, yeah, so, it would certainly do something, but I think
Yeah,
like,
if it had-
a fireball would probably do worse, but.
Yeah, but what if
Bad.
what if there's one thing? So he's got fire today, and there's fire yesterday, sheep's today. What if the next thing? Like, what if they like turns people into pies?
I mean, it's magic. I mean, technically anything's possible.
How do you even know? What
We
happens?
don't.
What if it makes you fall in love with frogs?
Yeah, that's a
Like
bad
some-
idea.
Yeah.
People
What
they
if-
already
Then Tanbrook would be the place for them.
You can hear him snoring in the wagon. Sleeps with his
What if-
sleeps with his eyes open. Because he doesn't have any eyelids.
What if?
I'm gonna throw a,
What if
I'm gonna
it
throw
could-
Leek's cloak over him.
What if it could make all your hair
Oh, a cloak of
turns
protection.
into spaghetti?
Your hair already kind of looks like spaghetti.
Yeah. It looks like spaghetti, but does it taste like spaghetti?
All right, so
Take a nibble, I guess.
Gross. You eat hair? Ooh, I gave you the wrong tattoo. He was going to try to eat your thigh.
it's been a night since Leek/Ernest's passing.
Uh-huh.
So I think this is up for discussion now. What should we do with this cloak of protection?
Dibs.
That takes care of
Of
that.
course it's Antyr.
So Antyr, you have
Yeah, I
a
think everyone deserves a chance to defend their.
so Antyr, the cloak of protection is bright blue, a child's blanket that has been enchanted, and it's covered in cartoonish pictures of smiling onions. It's the cloak in Leek's character art.
What do you think? Can you work with that?
It'll fit your size
Yeah,
when
it's
you
a-
attune to it.
Hands it back to Grin.
Are you
clashes.
sure, Antyr? You seem so eager to use.
I
this
was,
as
and
a
then I forgot that it actually looks like
Who
that,
wants this?
and then
Do you want the straw? But how do we decide what to bury with, like, to give to Auntie Gothel?
you
like-
give that pack. Whatever there was, the cooking utensils and
Yeah, I got all that stuff.
the cloak and the gold. We'll put the gold towards healing potions for the group again, because I think we used some. We could potentially buy higher grade healing potions too, which would be nice.
Yeah, and if we bet it on me, we could double or triple our money.
You can. I don't think Lee could do that with their money. I think they would want it to go. Ernest wouldn't want it to go to what I'm referring to.
You wouldn't want us to be more comfortable?
Are you uncomfortable? Do you need money?
You guys, I feel like you guys, you think there's like, oh, everything's okay. We're
No, well,
fine enough.
With the gamble
What?
of you of us putting money on your fight is the potential of you losing. And you make that face, but you've lost to me, so
He is not wrong, Torger.
they have 2 tattoos to prove for it.
Those are stupid games. You want to fight? I'll fight you. I got the dog in me.
The tattoo.
I will fight you right now.
You hear with the yelling. You hear Lionel wake up under the cloak of protection. Oh no, that's no longer on him because you took it off.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Just like shouts awake.
Lionel, if you were to have money, where would you put it?
Good question.
On a fight of someone you know who's going to win?
Oh, that's
That makes sense.
that must be a waste of money. No. I tend to use my money for investing.
I
Is
mean,
betting on the
isn't-
fight not an investment?
Yeah,
No,
that seems like
no, it's
an
a
investment
gamble.
Not have its
It's
own
a
risks.
It's a gamble. Oh, I mistook you, Antyr. You are quite the intelligent one. No, I put my money in a bank and invest. I don't gamble my money.
What do you invest in? The
Mm.
bank?
Real estate, wine, businesses, opportunities.
Do you remember what bank you used?
Oh, it's on Dawnbreak Cove.
I never heard of it.
Is that
You guys
close?
ever heard of that?
Oh, it's a continent. It's on a continent. It's the capital of Ipshire.
Dawnbreak
That's-
Cove doesn't sound like a continent.
No, the continent is Ipshire. Dawnbreak Cove is the capital.
Ipshire is the
Garrett.
ones with a bunch of islands that you have to sail around.
It's
Correct.
a cove. How can a cove be a whole continent? That's what I was thinking. I was wrong.
It is a archipelago of islands that have been turned into a continent. Or it was a continent and then something happened and it became an archipelago. But all of my
It's gonna be a long
money
trip.
was in the bank, but it would have went to my next of kin and their next of kin. I only hope the surviving members of my bloodline haven't squandered it.
I'm sure they
Well-
haven't. We still got a whole bunch of wine with their name on it.
I hope they're still around.
Probably not, but we'll hold hope for you.
Thank you,
It might
Antyr.
have gone to shareholders in recent history. Who's to say? It may just be a brand name now.
Oh wait, no, they could have returned after the 6 years ago when everybody got brought back to.
So my son can
Well,
still
who's
be
to-
out there? Wonderful.
No,
Probably.
he's
I
super
do not
dead.
think your son is still alive by natural means.
No, he's super dead.
Unless he was killed unnaturally and then
But you probably got some good grandkids.
I'm not that. Oh, yeah,
I'm not that.
Perhaps.
Who knows? Maybe one of them is the king of hell currently. Vonkar does not say because he doesn't have that
For
information like his player does.
now. Grin knows the fucking Ashard's
Yeah.
real name. What the fuck? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You sure
Oh, he's
does.
just not saying anything. Okay.
Wow, okay.
Interesting. This is
That's a
all
choice.
very interested. 2 days
Gonna
later,
go back to okay.
2 days later.
you would arrive in the City of Embers, and you can see the Mythal.
Does it look stronger at all?
It looks the same.
Okay.
And you pass through, and it feels like passing through static electricity, just like. And you're in the city.
Grin starts up another one of his things. He brings out his accordion.
We done did it. We explored the mirror deeps.
And
Are you
Goes
writing
on.
another song, Grin?
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
just
my
did another
goodness.
leg of our journey.
Grid, are you telling tales of our journey?
I mean, I'm storing it as like little songs. That's fun, right? We're
Yes.
traveling.
Just didn't expect that from you.
Why?
Didn't hit me at the type of being a bard.
I'm not bad. I was
What
like
is-
playing around. I
Yes,
know this
so-
instrument, but it's just like, what? What do you mean?
You use an instrument and you tell the tale with
Yeah.
song. That's
Oh,
bard
yeah,
like.
that's sort of like what I do.
Yeah.
Wait, who's? Oh, yeah. Huh. I guess I never really did it. I never really thought about it like in the same way that uh that Dove does it, you know?
What's
I'm just doing
different,
it.
you know?
Well, I'm not putting any like force behind it. There's not like a power behind it when I do it. I just do it for fun.
Well, it's a lovely gesture.
We done did it.
Yeah, you'd get back to
Explore the mirror deep.
you'd get back to the city about 2 days later. Any sort of general direction you guys head, so I know what to prep for next week.
The quill and tone.
Anyone
The
anyone
quill.
else going off separately, perhaps?
I would like to check in at the Institute just to
Okay.
let the Guardians know that we checked out the Mirror Deep ley line.
I shall come with you. No, no. Never mind.
I thought you were going with Antyr to
Correct.
the Quillian Tomb.
That is correct.
Okay, Torger. We should go to the blacksmith.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I hadn't had a chance to say it.
Yay, high five.
Vonkar, anything
But
special?
I also don't know that it's been actually
It has-
a
it's-
week.
It has been. Vonkar, anything you would want to check out in the city?
Not off the top of my head, so he'll just tag along to the blacksmith.
All right. So the blacksmith, Doe will go with Hopper. So Vonkar, Torger, Grin to the blacksmith, Doe and Hopper to the institute, Antyr and Lionel to the Cooling Tome. As you all go your separate ways, Vonkar and the blacksmith team will have the wagon and Cornelius. Antyr and Lionel will be on foot. This will give us time to get to know one another. Shall be wonderful, Antyr. I will teach you so many
So
things.
excited. So educated you are.
Oh, yes. I was trained in the highest of academies, the most renowned of academies back home.
You see Grin just like big smile as he looks at you and turns away.
Well, good thing we're going to a bookstore because then you could just put that knowledge to the test.
They're keeping pace with you too, just walking beside you. People are like looking as this teddy bear is just walking down the street beside you.
He's had a man wrapped in skin stuff before, so this isn't anything
But,
different.
As you all go your separate ways in the City of Embers, that's what will end the session for the week.
Yeah.
And from there, figure out next steps. Hang out in town, see what is in town, what you can grab, get to know one another. But yeah, goodbye everybody. Good night.
West.
Maybe you guys might decide something different.